Rose, how are you this evening?
Hey, Nick, I'm well, thanks. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Hi. This was just something we decided to do last minute. Thought we'd come up and share some things with you guys. Hi, Rocky, Superstar, and DTS Coins. How are you? So, what you got going on, Mr. V Rose?
All right, Rocky Superstar and DTS Coins. Hey, guys, I just wanted to bring my chat up real quick. Nothing. I'm excited to be here. I look forward to having some fun. I know you've got a couple inductees,
I
and
do. I do.
we've got a couple cool things to kind of go over. I just got home a little while ago, so thanks for being patient on me.
More. I got
Let me
the
tell you what
Ohio.
I was in like a crawl space all day, got to be
Oh,
easy,
my God.
150 degrees. I put in a new electrical junction box, and then I was able to put the ceiling fan in. Hey, Sarika, how you doing?
Well, I sat here and I got the Ohio State and Notre Dame game on.
Nice.
So it's college football day today for us. So now it's getting into the season. So we pretty much
That's a big game. Ohio State's a really big powerhouse, and Notre Dame has always been a fan favorite. Yeah.
Yes, and in our house, football is a big deal. My husband's college football, NFL. So when we got married, we had a pact about our sports, right? I'd let him have Georgia football, but in our home it's Patriots. In our home.
So he's a Bulldogs fan.
He's a big Bulldogs fan. He's from Georgia. I went to the University of Georgia. But I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. See, Notre Dame is a fan favorite. It really is.
It is. But New England, it's Notre Dame, right? Catholic, school.
There's a lot of pull from the Northeast. Notre Dame is in Indiana, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So, so I have to watch it without him because he's like, oh, they could have gone into the SEC. They're not going into the SEC, and the SEC's number one, the Big Ten, whatever. So, Gleason News and MLCB, how are you?
Woo! Please, one time for MLZB. Can you give him 2 claps and 1 Ric Flair for MLZB?
Oh,
one time.
No, it has to be spontaneous.
Okay, MLZB, keep an eye out for it.
So, what is it? The seal clap and the woo?
That's it.
It will come up, I'm sure. Rocky Superstar says, "Go Cowboys." Oh. Well,
another fan favorite, right? I'm going to admit something that I've never said.
Hyper Chris. Oh, go Bills. Right now, I'm watching Ohio State and Notre Dame up 3-0. So let me show you what Rocky Superstar sent me. This is really cool. Hampton Consultants, how are you? He sent me a Tom Brady card.
Sweet.
I know, right?
What is that? A Fleer card? What kind of card is that?
It is a, let me see.
I've never Fleer Tops. Wow, very cool. Check that out.
I know, and it's such good condition. So, I have my first graded card of the Tom Brady, his rookie season. So he's in a Patriot uniform. I kind of had to swallow, I was kind of hard when I had to see him in this uniform. But now I'll put him side by side. So, and we'll get to watch him for another year.
Hey, Coach Sniper.
Chris is already Big Apple. And Steve looking for silver.
Big Apple. Oh, another Cowboys? Big Apple. Are you a Cowboys fan?
Yes.
How?
Yes.
How?
Rocky Superstar. Are you kidding me right now? And then, of course, we see Steve and his Seabirds.
Seabirds.
Yeah.
Man, I can't spell consultants to save my life. There we go. Golly.
Big E. Yes, all the way. And I'm so tired. I used to like Thanksgiving, and that's all we see on Thanksgiving is a stupid Cowboys. I mean, it's like
bunch of turkeys.
Yeah.
Wait, Nick, I don't think you noticed this pre-stream, but I'm just going to give you a quick little shout out right there. Please don't kick me off. Hey, Big E. Steve looking for silver. Starika again. Hi. I'm sorry, Nick.
I have no words. I have no words.
I'm sorry. I should have done that. I should have shown more respect. You are deep down in your heart. If Boston doesn't win, I know you're rooting for the Yankees. I know you are.
Oh my, that's treason. I mean, people will be, no, that's treason.
Who else would you want to represent the American League East if it's not Boston?
Boston. If Boston's not in it, I'm done. Well, I do. If Boston does not win, I will always go for the Braves. Always.
Really? Oh, well, okay, that makes sense. Okay, you said Atlanta, right?
Only because they
Hi,
were the
Paula.
Boston Red Sox. I mean, they were the Boston Braves before they were the Atlanta Braves.
Right, that's right.
Well, first they went from Boston to Milwaukee, and then they went to Atlanta.
Do you hear the?
I did not see that San Diego. No, I didn't see that. Hi, Paula.
There he is, right on, Big Apple.
What did he say?
He said, "Go Yankees." I'll forget about the Cowboys. And MLZB is a big Mets fan. Did you know that?
I did. I like the Mets better than I do the Yankees.
I think MLZB has the best Lenny Dykstra memorabilia that you can ever get.
I would really like to see his stuff. And you know who somebody else I'd like to see is Silver Wolverine has a lot of things too that I would like him to share.
Nice. Well, I know MLZB's working on like a little project where he'd like to get people to come up and interview and do just that, right? Just share like interest outside of coins, right? Just to see what kind of things people are interested in and get to know them a little bit better.
Oh, Reds. That would be fun. That would be so fun. That's a good idea. So when is that going to start, MLCB? I'm hockey. I don't have anything. I like the Boston Bruins. Yeah, pretty diehard Boston everything.
We enjoyed watching the Islanders growing up, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Who was it when a couple of years ago, Boston was in the playoffs? Was it the Islanders? I think so. Every time you turn around, they were fighting on the ice. I just love it when I see those, and the gloves come off.
And that was a different time when I grew up watching hockey. I mean, they didn't have to wear helmets. Most of the guys didn't have teeth. They weren't like these, big stud model dudes anymore. The guys didn't have any teeth.
I know.
Big scars across their face.
That's when they were tough. They had, the teeth were gone. And, one of my favorite movies is that 1980 movie about the Olympic team.
Yeah, neat. Yep.
Yeah, that's and I went into a doctor's office one afternoon. They had a poster of the whole team, and everyone had signed and autographed it.
Where was it?
1980, down in Atlanta.
Nice.
In the doctor's office, he was just really a big fan, and he had all of their autographs. Some of them are not,
I mean, that was a historical sport moment, right? You think about all the great things that occurred annually in sports. That stands out over the decades.
Politically as well, because 1980, I mean, there was a lot of things going on down right over there in Russia.
Yeah,
so blood on the ice is twice as nice. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It makes it fun. But I'm telling you, every time you turned around, they were starting a fight. So there was like tons of guys in the penalty box, and it was really exciting.
Hey, Robert, how you doing?
Hi, Robert. I'm sure he'll say something about, yep.
He did. Nikki's a sweetheart. Why is he saying that?
He does, because he's naughty too. And
it's so funny that you even pegged it before you read it. That's sweet.
Because I only have the StreamYard side up right now.
Yeah,
I have something else on my laptop because we're going to have to do a Channel Hall of Fame. So I was just going to read you some of the description. But
wow.
So I know what Robert's going to say, and he's probably the only one that can get away with it.
Yeah, he's chuckling. Look at him. Look at Big Hero. He would go watch the Devils in New Jersey for $10 a ticket. Those days are long gone.
Whoa, that would be so cool. Like roller derby with
you couldn't get a hot dog for $10, and that's the truth.
Yeah, I enjoy going to the Bruins games. And then, of course, we have college hockey's big up this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got the University of Maine, which is just like 10 minutes down the road. So we go to the hockey games there as well. And I saw Notre Dame actually play here. So I get the...
Hey, Black City, how you doing?
So we have couple people we're going to induct into the Channel Hall of Fame tonight.
Nick, if you don't mind my asking, and I hate to put you on the spot, and we haven't talked about this, let me ask you something.
Okay.
What happens in the event that it's even circumstance, right? What happens if there's somebody on the Hall of Fame board that might fall out of favor or might do something, may not even be in the community anymore? What happens to somebody? Do they stay? Do they get an asterisk? Is there a smaller Hall of Fame board? What happens? I know there's a Hall of Shame board. I know that.
No, we took that down because I didn't want to single.
Which is right. You want to promote
positivity. To promote bad behavior.
Indeed.
Looking for silver.
Hey, Mr. Doughboy.
Hello, and Mr. Doughboy. So I've been thinking about that a little bit, and I'm really not sure how to handle that. But I think if they followed a favor, if they're no longer in the community, we're going to be pulling them off the Channel Hall of Fame because
And maybe not draw any attention to it. What do you think?
no attention drawn to it. It will just
one day you're there and one day you're not, right?
Right, and that's just because these channels are above all the rest. These are the best above everybody, right? So we have a standard in the Channel Hall of Fame, and not everybody can be in the Channel Hall of Fame, Mr. V. Rose.
I'm glad I asked that question. I'm gonna have to get a sticker and maybe hope to one day submit it. Hey, Z Coins, how you doing?
And ironic thing is I don't even have a channel sticker. So so anyways, but yes, that's right. They go in the Hall of Flames. I'm probably no, Mr. Doughboy, can you see you?
Hall of Flames. That's a good one.
Yes. But again, we don't want to draw attention to it, and we don't want to embarrass anybody. But yes, I will reevaluate the channels and and see who's above board and who's not. And again, that's only my opinion, right? That doesn't mean it's a consensus with everybody else. It would just be my opinion.
Let's face it, Hall of Fame is not moment in time. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the biggest honors I can think of outside of like the Basketball Hall of Fame, baseball Hall of Fame, Cooperstown. I mean, because half the people, are not going to get into those Hall of Fames, but you have that chance to get into the Channel Hall of Fame.
And you just got to be a good boy or girl. That's it.
Yes. And to answer Robert's questions, I keep getting stickers in the mail. The Numismatic. How are you? Hi, Flag City Parks.
Numismaniac. How you doing? You're getting caught right up. You're coming in at a great time.
Perfect time. So, hi, Chew. So, Silver Forever. I don't know if you've watched his channel.
I have. I'm not sub though, so maybe I should take a moment later to do that.
Sub, but I really like him. I really like his channel. A lot of good information on there.
What do you like about it? Tell us what you like about it. So, in case somebody's listening and they want to start a channel or they want to figure out.
I'm just going to read you what I saw because he's got a lot here. It says, collect silver and gold bars, stack precious metals as savings and insurance, and take care of your own financial future. Do you want to invest in a hobby that preserves your wealth? Subscribe to learn more about history, science, and statistics that have made him obsessed with silver and gold.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
Patrick.
Hi, Patrick. And everything in that description he has in his channel. So, and he's got a cool sticker.
Yeah, I like it. And it's a little, it stands out, right? Against the round ones that you see all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but it's just a little bit different to stand out. Yep. Yes,
that will definitely stand out. And so he sent me a nice card and the sticker. So he will be in the Channel Hall of Fame.
Excellent.
I'm hoping it will be Channel Hall of Fame forever.
You may have to qualify that for moving forward, right?
Well, yes, but I have watched this video.
This is a duty, not only an honor, but it's a duty.
Yes, it is, and it's one that I've accepted as a challenge, and
Mm-hmm.
So Hampton Consultants is a celebrity because he's in the Channel Hall of Fame.
Oh, John Cougar, nice. Well, you should have given the guy an autograph just for fun.
I know, right? So, but he's got a good channel, and he's got a lot of good information and a lot of information that I've agreed with. So that's a plus.
Is this the official induction, or is this just like a
induction? This is the induction. So he is in the Channel Hall of Fame, and the next time you see this poster, he will be on it.
Excellent.
And it will be approved.
Excellent.
So you get to sub him, and I'll put it. And I didn't pass, so I didn't put him in the description.
Is there any way you could, without going out of your way? How about you post his link in the chat? You have a way to do that, or hold the sticker up one more time. I'll do it.
I was going to say because I can't talk and do everything at the same time.
No, I got it. Okay, gotcha. All right, so give me a moment. I'm gonna post that.
Thank you. I got 2 bags of quarters from the Mint. 50. Wow.
Now, what's going on? Can you read that? I don't see that.
Yeah, Rocky Superstar got 2 bags of quarters from the Mint. Nina, I got 50 cut on Washington. Wait, is that? Yeah, 50 cut on Washington.
So in the bag, you have 50 individual CUD coins?
That's amazing.
Man, you scored the right bag if that's the case.
I ordered new stickers.
Who did?
The numismatic did.
Numismaniac. He's a maniac, just like you're a maniac.
Numismaniac. Yeah, yeah.
That'll be easy to remember now, right? Yeah, you're a maniac too.
He was reading his comment.
Right,
Oh, thank you. So he's got one where an arrow around his mouth, Rocky Superstar does. I need to make my chat bigger because I can't see.
Now, is he referring to the error that's common to all the other AWQ quarters, that little kind of blob on the corner of the mouth? Is that the one? Because I have a lot of those. I just don't think they're significant enough to pay them much attention. I hate to say that, but I mean, unless it's really big, I don't think it's let me see, Silver Forever.
Yep, Silver Forever. And then we have one too that you know very well.
There's one right there. Boom.
Department of Numismatic, and that's where I was getting the numismatic. Is
Hey, Penny Hoarder.
Hi, Penny Hoarder is a John Belay, right?
Oh, I didn't know he was getting inducted this evening.
He was getting inducted this evening, and
Where is he?
I don't know. Well, I really didn't. Hi, Patrick. I don't know if I spoke. I'm not sure if I let him know because I think we just, decided we were going to do this kind of quickly, right?
Yeah, I think that's cool. Hey, real quick, if I may. Hey, Rocky, if you stick around for a little bit, I have one of the, now, mind you, before I continue, it's not the really dramatic, giant, like broken off die, but I have a nice example of an early die stage die crack for that Wilma Mankiller, and I'll show that. Hopefully, if I can get.
Go ahead and show it right now if you want to.
And
we can do this in a second.
No, I think John's more important. I'll show it in a moment. In fact, I need to dig it out here.
He sent me some Trash Panda merch.
Let's see.
And I had this, it's on, but you couldn't see it.
Oh, that is so cool, Nick. Check that out.
And then some stickers. And then, of course, I don't know if you knew this, but he sent. He sent these to help.
What's that on the? Oh, I see. That's like a guard for the blades or something. That
yes, I know, because they're going to be. I'm going to open them right now because they're so sharp.
Yeah, I'll show it in a moment.
That they have to have a cover. That is awesome.
Well, do you remember the tribute video I did for you and Lisa?
Oh, these are amazing.
Those are heavy duty.
Yes, they are. Oh my, this is probably one of my favorite gifts ever.
Cut a lock of your hair. Let's see if it works.
Heck no. What I was thinking about doing is going ahead and doing proof scissors. These rock.
Oh,
I will be breaking sets later on too.
What a great screen grab that was. You holding them up like that.
I just love them. I got a trophy with scissors on it.
I know. Who gave that to you? I forgot. Was that right?
Chubby?
Oh, right. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So let's look at his stickers. So anyway, first he sent me a certificate for the scissors.
Yeah, only an engineer would put that together for you.
That would be good. Hampton Consultants. Hi, Chief Stacker. And so he's hilarious, and he's a channel too you need to visit because he's very smart.
Yeah, I'm going to post
information, and he's got some cute stickers.
Yep, I'm going to grab his link real quick for us.
Okay, thanks. I'm just going to show stickers.
John's great, and he's got a really adorable special guest that'll come up from time to time.
What is this?
Who happens to be in charge of security. And what's Pupper's name? I forget.
I don't remember.
It's a common name, which makes it even more funny.
Cujo. I don't know.
All right,
so he's going into the Channel Hall of Fame, and he sent me a gold back and in the shirt. So he's in the Channel Hall of Fame. Hi, Dreadpool. I gotta put my chat bigger so I can see.
Do you wear glasses, Nick?
I do. Well, no.
You wear contacts?
No.
I can't wear I do wear glasses for far away,
I do. I should be wearing glasses, but I don't. and I can't see half the time. So please excuse me.
And
We
don't
have
drive.
an angry warrior, and Mr. Vuros, I just don't understand why he's so angry all the time.
It's a ruse. I think it's a defense mechanism
I think
to
so.
hide what a softie he may really be. There's another one out there that I think purports himself to be the same way, and that's Mean One.
Oh, the grandkids say hello. Ethan and Miles is
Hey,
sitting right
Dreadpool,
here.
how you doing, buddy?
Hi,
Chief
Ethan and
Snacker,
Miles.
welcome. How you doing? All
They
right.
said, great to see you, everybody. It's nice to see you guys.
I apologize for not looking at the screen. I'm just going to post this link real quick.
Thank you. Yes, and he's got a great channel, and he partners up a lot with Dreadpool. It's good to see you. With Gen X a lot, and they have a good show, and I believe they're Saturdays mornings and
Sunday and a combo, one each of their channels, Saturday and Sunday, which is fun.
I don't have a big Apple Stacker sticker. I don't know. Would he be on the Channel Hall of Fame? Big Apple Stacker?
Oh, why not? He said he was a Yankees fan. I mean, what else do you need to know?
Oh my gosh, no.
Real quick, Big Apple, if you can hear me, type in your favorite Yankee of all time.
No.
Why? It's one guy.
If you say
he won't say Johnny Damon, I promise you. He won't say John. He's old school. He's not going to say Johnny
Damon. Wade Boggs, Roger Clemens.
I sense a little hostility in your voice.
A little hostility, yeah. I will send you an email.
Go back to Babe Ruth while you're at it. Oops, sorry.
Look how the vacancy has arrived.
Mickey, attaboy. That's right. Mickey.
Yeah. Joe DiMaggio.
Time out. Don't scoff. I mean, that's an all-time great right there. He wouldn't diss Ted Williams. Right there. We're right there. Same guys. Nick, we're gonna soften you up a little bit.
No, it's not. I just can't. I can't. I would be disowned. My father would not let me come home.
Okay, no. We don't need to ruin any daddy.
Dreadpool is in the Hall of Fame, and he's staying.
There you go.
He's in the Channel Hall of Fame. I would say my favorite Yankee is none.
Number 0.
Number 0. Hi, Andy. Who's your favorite?
Hey, Andy Resnick. Oh, wow. What a Nick, I just want to say thank you for asking me that. That's a beautiful question.
Let's move on.
I'm going to tell you.
Right, Mr. Doughboy.
The Yankee with the two most significant nicknames, Donnie Baseball and the Hitman, Don Mattingly, is my favorite. With Derek Jeter, a strong second. Don Mattingly and Derek Jeter, my favorites, all time. And that's nothing to take away from DiMaggio, Mantle, Rizzuto, any of those guys that have been retired. The numbers are retired. It's just the generation I grew up in. I so wanted Don Mattingly to have a championship, and it just didn't. It wasn't in the cards for him that year.
The Babe, Rocky said the Babe. Who would be my favorite Red Sox? One day it used to be Roger Clemens, and then he started juicing.
I didn't like Clemens when he came to the Yankees. He was a good pitcher. I just didn't like him.
Well, I thought
nothing to do with Boston. I just didn't like him. I didn't like when he threw the bat at Piazza. That was poor sportsmanship. Do you remember that when he threw the bat at Piazza? Mike Piazza?
Oh, yes. Mr. Silva Wolverine, I have something for you.
Hey, Silva Wolverine.
I made a prop for him today.
Me too, Patrick. Yes, that's who I would say was my favorite. And I'm not a Boston fan, but that's who I would pick.
I like Carly Yastrzemski. Yes, Patrick, that's my favorite too.
Yeah, see, there you go. We can agree, right? I'm excited.
I was too young, but my dad would always show me clips because that was his favorite baseball player. And so, but I like Kurt Schilling, and once he became a Red Sox, but I don't like anybody that's not Red Sox. So, and if they went from the Red Sox to the Yankees, they're just traitors.
Is that why your heart was broken when Johnny Damon went to the Yankees? Because you really liked Johnny Damon?
Because he was a Red Sox. You don't go to the. It's like Wade Boggs. No.
Wade Boggs was a shock. I think he was the one that broke the trend, right? When he did it, it was just like a free for all after that. Right?
Another good one. Okay, so Wolverine, I made this for you, and I was going to put it, because I don't have time to make it all graphic-y and all pretty like everybody else does. I drew it. Okay, and here we go.
Oh my God. That is hysterical. What is wrong with you?
And I even made 2 because I didn't like the first one, but it looks the same. So I did that for you. What about Roger Clemens? Still Wolverine. I'm showing you my pictures right now. I cannot talk about Roger Clemens anymore. He's a juicer. He should have an asterisk by his name.
Look at that smile. That's
Oh, I got to show him what Rocky Superstar, my Brady card.
That's burn. Look at what Andy wrote. Nice.
Isn't that sweet? Yeah, I wish it was, Patriot, but we got to move on. We just got to move on.
I'm not going to name the team. In fact, my team stunk so bad that I don't watch football anymore for a reason. I will give you a little clue. They were in the AFC East, and that's all I will say. However, I should have grown up to despise Tom Brady and the Patriots, but I will tell you, I admire Tom Brady, even though he's on the team that, for most of his career that I didn't like. He's a competitor, and you can't fault the guy. The guy wants to win,
So Wolverine, if you want to come up and talk about the 20 or the Morgans, come on up. Chris, I have to say, I really do like watching Allen. I really do. I'd rather watch the Bills than the Dolphins, but I do like him. I do think I do like him as a quarterback. He just plays for the wrong team. So today, Georgia won. The Wolverines won. Big time. I mean, they were like, they weren't even competition for them.
Did they play a ranked team?
Oh, Colorado, I believe. Yeah, well, and I know Georgia played. Oh, who did
They're probably all high, the Colorado team.
They were out of league, I believe, out of their league.
Mm-hmm. Big Apple wants to come up.
Wait for it. Come on, I don't care. I just put just no F words.
Oh yeah, be careful. This is family friendly, right? We're broadcasting to an elementary school on Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, so just be careful.
You're speaking at an elementary school?
No, you are. I'm just making a joke about your street.
Oh, well, I do volunteer at the local elementary school.
Well, there you have it.
I do.
What's he got in there?
Don't
Rocky's going. Rocky, do you have a minute? I could show you that coin real quick. Let me try to put this up there, Nick.
I'm coming up with my sticker. Come on up with your sticker. Gosh, no F words.
Wait, which F word? The F bomb or the Fugazi?
The F bomb.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but he is one of the best with the most. Yes, he is. But, he had good teams. He had good support teams around him as well. I mean.
Now, Nick, I'm going to see if I can go back and switch my camera quick, okay?
Okay, let's go.
Rocky, I have a saved photo of it with
I'm going to pull you up.
A bunch of arrows and stuff, which shows it much better. But this is the first time I'm integrating the camera with the laptop and everything else. So I haven't quite figured it out yet. So I want to see if I can.
Hey, man, how are you? Yes, it is full. You need to give me a channel sticker. French fries. Rocky Superstar, you can come on up too if you want to. Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah, it's better. I have different light in the other room. Oh, there it is. You can see a little bit better.
Yeah, I can really see it.
You can see it off between the R and the T, and then it goes right underneath the R, the E, the B, and then it crawls back up where the I is. Yeah, this light where I'm at in the room I'm at now, the lighting isn't as good, but
no, it looks good. We can see it really
and that goes all the way down the edge of the coin too. That crack right there, it goes down the edge of the coin.
The numismaniac is talking about how nice the picture is. If you want to tell them what camera scope you're using.
Okay, if you give me a moment, I'll go get the box itself, and I'll show it on camera. So, and I wish I could take credit for it, but let me tell you this: it was referred to me from Lisa Simplified, who's a sweetheart, absolute sweetheart, and she comes up with Nick and Diane on I think Tuesdays or something.
Tuesdays.
So, it says it right on the camera. So it's called an Optitech, OPTI-TECH. TEK scope, Optitech scope. And it really is just a heavy duty, well-made stand with an endoscopic camera in it. And it's that simple. It's that simple. And the high resolution images, I love it. It was $90. I never had a camera before, so I didn't have to, worry about the expense of one camera and then deciding to have to get another one. I just went out and got this one, and I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. Now, I wish I could show it better. Maybe when I can do a grab of the photo where, I have a much better. Oh, there it is a little bit. Let me see if I can. You can see it a little bit better. And again, the lighting helps define it more, but yeah, it crawls right underneath. So, I feel bad, but I keep hounding the one branch because I see that they've got a thread of these quarters, and I'm just hoping to land a box where it's actually in the box. I'm close. I'm in Florida, and I know a lot of these were distributed through the.
Wait, what could that be? Is there something in the B, on their B, or is that just a shadow?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like the
second part. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, because of the date, it's so tough to get anybody to say it's doubling. I don't think it is, but you're looking at right there. I see what you're. Oh yeah, look at the outside bottom of the B, right?
Yeah. Right. And then like on the inside a little bit too.
Yeah, and that's just a testament to how the light helps you define things, right? So sometimes if you don't see something, you almost have to kind of move it around.
Excuse me, Mr. Viros, but I wanted to say that Rocky is going to be on Sunday at 5 p.m. West Coast time. So
8 p.m.
tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll watch him tomorrow.
Rocky, it's not significant. It's not like the one that, again, it's not the extreme example of it. And I think that one runs across the coin, if I'm not mistaken, right? But no, not quite.
Monkey King Metals. Hi.
If I would classify this, I would say it's probably an early die stage, right? Where it's just starting to go across. You can see it under the R, the E, the B.
Interesting. And you said, did you find some more as well?
Not of these. I have a lot of the examples where, to one degree or another, it's got that little blob. There's that one. See that? And it's got the one down below too.
Yep.
So, I mean, those are common. I mean, I found entire rolls with those in them. So I just don't think in the long run they'll be significant. And I've got too many just random rolled coins, like thinking like, okay, like a lot of Susan B's, I just can't turn them back into the bank. So they sit there in my safe, but they're $1 a coin, so a couple of rolls of those, it could add up to $300-400 just sitting there for no reason,
Yeah, I would just dump them.
No.
I'm just kidding. I mean,
said than done, All right, let me switch back here, and then maybe I'll show a different one in a minute here.
Okay.
But yeah, that was fun. That's the first time I ever used the camera on a stream, so that was cool.
That is cool.
Brian Hooper, how you doing?
Johnny Rainbolt.
Johnny Rainbolt, yes. Hi, Kathy.
Johnny.
Monkey King. Don't ask. Hello. Hey, Scoop. Look at two Scoop. I'm glad you got rid of blame Scoop. I don't like anybody blaming you for anything.
I don't want her blamed for anything either.
No, and that's not your spirit. Your spirit is
no, that's not her style.
Yeah, celebrate Scoop, not blame Scoop.
So I'll take 2 scoops, please.
Right, right on, Rocky. Thanks for coming in. It's great having you here.
That is a nice scope.
I've been very happy with it. Rainbow, I mean, some folks might be familiar with our good friend Ray. Mm-hmm. Ray had a nice scope. In fact, I was debating between the one he recommended and this one. And I think for simplicity, I went with this, and I shared it with Ray, and Ray went ahead and bought one himself. So it can't be that bad, right?
It's really small and sleek too, correct? I mean, it's really.
Oh, you know what? Here you go. Watch this.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
This comes out. Oh, excuse me. This
comes out with it and everything.
And that's an endoscopic scope. It's got a light on it.
Nice.
And it's super high resolution. And it's basically, once you set this in where you want it, right here. Mm-hmm. It's got 2 adjustments. It's got the up and down, and then the focus, and that's it. The thing is, it's phenomenal. I really enjoy it. And I've been hoarding error coins for so long. I've been using an eye loop, this thing.
Yeah, that's what I use first before I put my coins
So
under the
it's very nice to see the coins in greater detail now and actually be able to share them, right? Like I want to do, we talked about this earlier. I would love to just, maybe get together and just share some of the error coins. It's just fun to do that stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. And I used to keep a lot of them too. And then I'm just like, what do you do with them? So I just started giving them away to people that do like those particular errors. Like, for example, I found a lot of the extra claw on the Alaskan quarter.
Oh, really?
I found, yeah. So I gave those, away. I mean, I found several. I just found one the other day and gave it to my uncle.
Nice.
Yes. So NH Greg, how are you? And he's my neighbor to the south of me.
Yeah, you're allowed. Wait a second. I didn't mean to say that you were dysfunction. I'm just saying everybody's allowed.
So who are you saying is dysfunction?
I didn't say it. NH Greg said it. Are the dysfunction kids allowed here?
Oh, yes, you're allowed. So Notre Dame went up 10-7. Yo. Sorry, I got the game on behind us.
Nice.
Oh, I am. Hi, Robert. How are you? It's nice to see you.
Hey,
I found
Robert,
hundreds of extra claws. I just spend them now. I know. I found a lot of them too. And I mean, they're quite.
It has to be significant, I think, right? I mean, other than that, I thought and I think
P coins.
I found, searching dollar coins, I found so many of those wide rim or near date that they don't really, even to me, they're not big. Unless it's in perfect condition, it doesn't make sense. Hey, Mark B.
Mark B. GMP coins.
Right? Nice
to see GMP
coins.
It's nice to see him. It's a long time no see.
Exactly. Yep.
He's one of our originals, right?
Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about that, right?
We were kind of reminiscent about who we kind of were starting.
And Scoop was there. We didn't mention Scoop, but Scoop was there too.
And so was GMP. And so there was a bunch of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's watching football too, right?
Very distracted. Football is on. So who are you watching right now? I got Ohio State and Notre Dame going.
What's the score on there? Is that the one you said 10-7?
Yeah, 10-7. Yeah, because they were down, but Notre Dame just come back 10-7.
And where are they at time-wise in the game?
Oh, hold on. I gotta move they're at a replay. We got 11:56 left to go in the second.
Oh, it's still early, yeah.
My gosh, why is it that college football games go like 4 hours when you watch Notre Dame too?
Look at your face.
I can't help it.
I know.
I know, and I don't even think, and I need to
start.
Wait,
he's the same way. He's like, who do you think? Yeah.
I would think Notre Dame. I mean, we watched Georgia. We watched the Michigan today, and I don't know why we really had Michigan on. Nobody's a fan. I guess because that's Tom Brady's old
exactly.
ground.
Yeah.
But Georgia and now Notre Dame. So, and I'm sure my husband's upstairs right now being like, oh, they could have been in the SEC and they didn't go. I mean, that's the run. I'm sure he's yelling that every time. Or he'll start singing the Leprechaun, that Lollipop Kid song from the Wizard of Oz for the Irish. Just to get my
looks like George is a big Ohio State fan.
Who? Oh no, he's not in Ohio. I thought Ohio was in the SEC. No. So Notre Dame
right there in big capital letters, the Ohio State Buckeyes. It's right there.
Where? So they're ranked number 2, and Notre Dame's ranked number 5. Tom Brady, of course.
Tom who? Tom from MySpace.
From what?
From MySpace.
Who's Tom from MySpace? Okay.
Isn't that the guy's name?
All right, let's get back. I got to get back on track now because I really was getting into this game. So we have another one, SHTF.
And for those that may not know, like myself, can you tell us what that stands for?
What is it? Scrapping, hoarding, tinkering, fun. Is that what it is?
It took me so long to realize what that meant.
So I got a few stickers from him. I'm not really sure what he does. They have fun on his channel, but I'm not really sure what we're doing on there sometimes.
What?
But it's a lot of fun. I unfortunately can't watch any sports between the rule change. Oh, yes, in the politics that has happened lately in sports. And that is true.
I just let it go. Don't focus on it.
Yeah, I got to not focus on it because I wouldn't be able to watch anything on TV if I did.
Amen. Right? Isn't that
right?
the truth?
I mean, they've inserted it everywhere.
Well said.
So yes, I've been on his been to his live streams, and
that is a cool sticker too. Check that out.
Very cool sticker, and he is a lot of fun. And I know he is a huge Stephen King fan, and evidently he's come up here too to view his home and see some of the Stephen King sites at one time or another. So he's a big fan and has been in my area. But
I just was telling somebody about a Stephen King book tonight. It was we were talking about President Kennedy and
oh, he wrote about that
11/10/63, which was about the Kennedy assassination and the guy that was able to time travel. It was a great book.
But it was fiction, though, correct?
Right. Yeah. The guy was time traveling.
Well, the reason why I asked is because I've never read anything of Stephen King. Because I don't like scary movies or anything, but I have read.
Great. It's a great read. In fact, the client asked me, like, well, is it a quick read? I said I couldn't put the book down. I had to force myself, and I don't have the attention span. I got attention issues, and in hyperactivity.
Victoria,
you can't get me to focus in reading a book 120 pages at a time, but I couldn't put the book down. So it's really cool.
The reason why I asked is because I
Victoria?
had this edition of The Shining.
Nice. Nice.
I read 2000. He wrote a nonfiction book, 2004 Red Sox, about the team 2004 Red Sox. And
I never heard that.
Yeah, I have it upstairs. He wrote it with another person, but he's
really
a big
cool.
Red Sox fan. So he buy GMP coins. So he's up here during the summer, and then he's a snowbird, and he's in Fort Myers, Florida, because he goes to all the Red Sox games.
Which is right by me. It's 20 minutes from me.
Yeah, so he owns 3 radio stations. Hero's name on the book again, please. What was that book again about?
Victoria. Yeah, it's called. It's numerical. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring it out. Okay, give me 1 second. Hold on. It's called 11/22/63, but I'm going to bring it out. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I saw that at the bookstore. I've heard it's good, but I have no interest in reading. I'd rather read something that's nonfiction about Kennedy. But I've heard it's really good. Okay.
I'm so excited you asked, Victoria. Here it is. It's great. So what I like about it, it's about a guy who figures out he can travel back in time, and he keeps going back to right before the Kennedy assassination. So he feels obligated to prevent it from happening, but he can't. But he keeps going back, and then he falls in love with this woman who's a teacher, and that is one of the reasons why he keeps going back. And it's just a really great story. I don't have the attention span to read something that's 900 pages, but I breezed through this thing. It was really a good read.
Anna, hi. Yeah. So Monkey King Metals just said that Stephen King has more movies done than any other author. So I don't know if you saw that on my channel. I went by his home and showed you his home, his fence, and it's quite interesting. It's actually a beautiful home. And also, even as last night, I even went and walked in Pet Cemetery last night because it's a garden cemetery.
Stop. There's a real pet cemetery?
It's not a real pet cemetery. I mean, it's a beautiful cemetery. It's one of the oldest cemeteries in New England. It's a garden cemetery, and it's just beautiful. I mean, they have places where you can go walk, and I climbed. So my goal is to get up those stairs that Stephen King has in his film without, within a certain amount. There's 100 stairs. 100 stairs. Incredible. So and they're steep, and they're so I try to go up those at least, every other day or so, and I have to beat my time. So
you're even competing with yourself. That's funny.
Victoria. Yeah, I'm competing with myself, but those stairs kick my butt. I mean, I have it on my channel where I show like where the film was taped there. Nick just blew.
Yeah, that's fun. It's true. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, Pet Cemetery, right?
Okay.
Can I tell you a story about Pet Cemetery? First of all, when I watched that movie, I couldn't watch it all the way through the first time. It was too scary. I was,
It's scary.
yeah, I was too young teenager.
You did think.
And so we would go back from Florida to New York to visit family around Christmas. And at the time, I had my mother-in-law watching my cat, and the cats would go in and out of the house.
Oh my gosh.
And I would talk to her, and while we're on the trip, and I'd ask her how the cat's doing. She's like, "Oh, the two, kittens are fine. They're not kittens; they were grown cats. But the mom cat, I haven't seen in days." And all of a sudden, I got panicked, and I thought, "Geez, what happened to the cat?" So when we got back, the cat was still nowhere to be found, and we each drove to work on the same road. And unfortunately, we saw our cat squished in the middle of the road. So I had to go back, and in the middle of the night, I had to scrape this cat off the road with a shovel, throw it in a box, and then go home and bury it, like by the lights of my pickup truck on the back of my property. A few days later, Nick, like on the weekend, I was going in and out of the garage. I was doing yard work. And you ever get the sense that something's like looking at you, right? Like you feel like you're being watched or looked at.
Yeah.
And I happened to look down as I was walking into the garage, and there's my cat staring at me with these big green eyes. And it freaked me out. I ran in the house. I freaked me out. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to say what it is. Go outside and tell me what you see. And so she went out there, and all I could hear from outside was, oh my God. And it was my cat. It was my cat. Evidently, the other cat in the middle of the road was somebody else's cat. And
Well, that's good.
I gave it a proper burial, right? But I gave it a proper burial. But it freaked me out. It reminded me of Pet Cemetery when I'd seen that cat like in my garage after I buried it.
There's a whole story why he thought of that, but the Pet Cemetery it's called Mount Hope Cemetery, and it's a beautiful garden cemetery. We have Lincoln's vice president is buried there. The first vice president is buried in that cemetery. So I mean, it's a beautiful garden cemetery. It's the second oldest garden cemetery in the United States. I mean, it's gorgeous. And so the river's right there. And so, yeah. And then of course you have the Stephen King tour bus that will come through and show them like where the scenes took place and what graves, where
really cool.
He made his own cameo in that movie at that cemetery. Hi, Red Light. It's good to see you. Long time no see. My neighbor's dog got
Nick, remind me, was he like the grave or the caretaker or something?
Oh, I never saw the film, and the only reason why I knew exactly where to, because I was copying the tour guide.
I catch that because I didn't realize he made a cameo in the movie.
He did. Cool. It was right in the cemetery, and I think he was a priest or something.
Fuzzy, baby.
So he made the cameo in that. But I went by, like the clown movie and stuff, and like the sewer. So I went by there. Hi, A.G. Stacker. And I was going to take film that, but it was so insignificant. I mean, it was just like, it was the smallest manhole I've ever seen in my entire life. Film this. But across the street, I don't know if people know this, but Stephen King won the, Little League World Series one year.
What do you mean, as a player?
No, he was a coach.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So behind his home, he's got all these, he was the priest doing the funeral. That's right. So I was going to film that, but it was very insignificant. Don't ask, has your video dropped yet? Oh, so I didn't tape that, but I've learned about all the baseball fields and stuff. I played, the year I went to school with his youngest son, Owen. He played for Bangor, and I went to Old Town, which is, we're big rivals. And so we would see Stephen King a lot of how the girls varsity and the boys varsity travel together. So yeah, but he was kind of odd, but he's also a writer right now. He writes he's been more successful than his father.
Yeah.
And he's got big blockbuster movies. Stephen King's movies are all.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No
all
kidding.
of his children are very successful writers. She's even a successful writer. His wife, Tabitha King, under a pen name, she writes children's books.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're all writers.
I enjoyed Stephen King. I mentioned, I showed the book, and then there's a really obscure movie. It's called The Langoliers. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it.
That was in the Bangor airport with that bulky. Whatever.
Are you familiar with it? It's such a offshoot kind of B-rated movie that very few people have heard of it. And I love that movie. It was just a premise to it was fantastic. You know, it was a great.
Yes, I saw that. Well, because I wasn't allowed to see, scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
So that was on like prime time. So, and that was taped in our Bangor airport.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, remember I had the guy who played Balky in Perfect Strangers.
That's Balky. Yeah, that was the guy that was in it, right?
Yeah.
So there was one night that I was coming home and I was 16 years old, and so the road was blocked off, and I was late coming home, and I just got my driver's license. My dad let me have the car,
Right.
and we stopped. Traffic was stopped. They were taping.
Probably worried up, sick, waiting for you.
Shang Shop Redemption is king. Yeah, like device not connected, Silver Wolverine. So they stopped traffic for a minute while they were taping that film, and I got in so much trouble. I mean, oh my God, my dad was so mad at me when I got home. I got grounded that night. I got yelled at, the whole 9 yards. The next morning, he read in the newspaper that they were really.
Did you get off your grounding?
I did. He apologized to me.
Oh, how sweet.
But nobody.
Wolverine.
Good evening, Silver Wolverine.
Jack Allman, how you doing, buddy?
Jack.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing, bud?
Oh, not bad.
Nice.
Did you
see the homemade artwork that they made for you?
I go to all of them.
Oh, that's awesome. I wish I could go to all the games. I wish I could be there. So that was a big blowout, though. It was huge.
Yeah, but they didn't play anybody.
No, I know. Did you leave early?
Yeah, I did. It was hot. It was really hot, and
No kidding. It was.
there's nothing worse than watching a bad football game when it's hot.
Oh yeah. Well, hi, Jamie Foxx. Did you see my little artwork I made for you?
Yeah, that's almost as bad as watching this Buckeye team I'm watching right now. But the Buckeyes are a little worse.
I like Notre Dame. I like the Notre Dame.
Yeah. I can stand Notre Dame a little bit more than I can stand the Buckeyes.
Oh, I don't like Ohio State at all. I don't like it at all. No, I'm Notre Dame all the way.
The only time I'll root for Notre Dame is against this team right here.
There you have it.
No, I grew up a Notre Dame fan, but we're in this house. We're Georgia. We're Georgia Bulldog fans and Patriot fans.
That's great.
Yeah. So this is football season. So did the kids go with you to the games?
No.
Oh, bummer.
How old are they, if you don't mind my asking? Are they teenagers, younger?
Let's just say a mix.
Yeah, it's tough to get teenagers interested in anything family oriented. That was my point. You know, that was just my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I used to make my kid watch the sports with me because she was kind of like my sports teams.
Well, if you can make it fun, then that's great. But when they're just like they don't want any part of it, you're beating a dead horse. There's no sense in.
Yeah. No, she likes to go watch it live, especially hockey. She loves to watch hockey live. And, we try to get seats right behind the boards, too. So that way the puck will come up and, hit the boards, or at least they'll, kind of push people. And I'm always, rooting for that fight.
So hey, Nick, you never done fantasy football?
No, but I want to, but it sounds so
I'm not going to lie. I haven't either. I understand the concept of it, but I've never done it.
I don't understand the concept of it. And I would really like to understand this because if I do, because, I love competition.
Yeah.
We could have a coin community football.
At Silver Wolverine, that would be fun to do, like through the streams and stuff, because usually it's like an office type pool or a bunch of friends together or, family or stuff. But to do it across the stream or something like that, that's an interesting concept.
That's right.
So how does this work? So he's got Tom Brady as quarterback on his team.
Who does?
No, I don't. And it was what I was talking about was there was a team, and their team name was "Hit Me Brady One More Time."
Oh, I thought okay, so I misunderstood completely.
That's a great name.
No, but they don't even have Tom Brady, but that's their team name.
That's a great name. That's brilliant.
Oh, okay, so I completely misunderstood. Okay, well, I'm like, how does somebody get Tom Brady as their? I mean, because
Well, you can. So what you do is basically there's 12 teams or however many teams there are, and everybody has and you have a draft.
Mhm.
Okay, and you can draft any player you want, but there's a draft order from 1 to 12 or however many teams there are, and you go like a snake draft is from 1 to 12 and then 12 to 1. So team 12 has back-to-back picks and then it goes up to 1, and you pick based on how good you think that player is going to do. You pick each player in the NFL, right? But you can't have the same player on each team. So if you want Tom Brady's not going to be the first quarterback to go. I mean, usually he's going to be like quarterback 12 or something like that taken, or maybe quarterback number 8 that's taken. It's going to be usually Allen. What's his name with Buffalo? Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Is Josh Allen is the first quarterback who's taken in every draft this year.
Okay. Oh.
And Tom Brady is like probably the 8th quarterback who's usually drafted in most drafts.
Yeah. So what about Burrow?
He's normally the second to 4th quarterback taken.
Hey, Shroom Day. Hey, Nick, Silver Wolverine. I hate to be so naive, but I haven't played, so this is kind of where I get confused. What determines the draft? Like, what says that you get your pick over my, when I get to pick? Like, what determines that?
There's a you draw for the draft picks.
So it's just simply like rolling the dice or picking a number out of a hat or something like that.
Yeah. So there's one league that I'm in that was live, and it was at like a restaurant, and everybody got together, and there was a draft board, and we all drafted. That was done like that out of a hat. If you're doing it online, then like on Yahoo, then the system randomly picks the draft order 30 minutes before the draft starts.
That's cool. Yeah. And that makes it fun to have an event like that, right? It's not much different than the actual event that they'll show on TV or something, all the excitement around everything like that. Yeah. That's cool.
We just had someone enter the chat. We had freaking awesome. And then we had Patriots rule, the rest all drool. Sean, he's coming in hot.
That's funny. Hey, Sean.
So Wolverine, we actually agree on something this time.
Now, the bad thing about it for some people who are diehard, who has that like the Patriots that they always want to root for. Yeah. What if you're playing against one of your Patriots, right?
Right. See, and that's what I would have a very difficult time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I get all Patriot players?
You can, but you're gonna probably finish last.
Yeah, because the bottom line is, I think that's Silver Wolverine's point. You can't like play fantasy football with your heart just because you like all the Patriots. Some of them are going to stink, Nick, and that's the bottom line,
right?
Yeah, but I could get over it real quick.
Now, if it's just a free league and you're just doing it for fun, then hey, why not pick all the Patriots and have fun with it?
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for money, then you're gonna have to play with your wallet and not play with your heart.
Yeah, that's a great point. And some of these leagues get really competitive. I mean, like the prizes and the stuff that you could win. I mean, it's significant.
Is it like a work thing, or is it like a group that on the internet? I mean, where do you pick these people up?
Yeah, I mean, one of my leagues is a work thing. A couple of them are just from, I've been recruited by friends who knew someone who had a league and said, hey, you want to join? So that type of thing.
I see. So we do agree on something though, don't we? The 2023.
Yeah. In fact, I was just watching a video. Apparently, there's a knockoff 2022 reverse proof.
So who put that out?
It's it's a Fiji coin.
Are you going to get it?
No. Oh,
Yeah, listen,
they're way overpriced. It's like it's a exclusive to like one company, and they're graded all by NGC or something, and they're like $500.
yeah, and to me, it's if it's not issued by the mint, then as far as I'm concerned, it's not authentic. You know, it
All right,
might as well be a counterfeit.
that's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, yeah. I am excited about the reverse proofs, though. That's going to be
That's
something.
what I am very much looking forward to that. That's really the only one I'm really looking forward to, because if you look at them, really, the only ones that they're Xing off is the privy, the the CC and the O, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the proof is going to be cool. I'm not so excited for the uncirculated. I mean, they already did a lot of those in 21, as you know.
Right.
Yeah, and but I mean, I think the proof piece dollar could be pretty hot because it's its first proof. I believe it's the first ever proof piece dollar.
Oh.
That's a great point. Right.
Yeah, there's been proof Morgan dollars.
Right.
In the original Morgan dollars, there's been proofs, but I don't think there's been any proof piece dollars.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the reverse proof. I think, and the mintage is going to be low as well.
Nick,
It could be. I mean, it could be a little lower. I mean, I think they even made that a little bit too high.
What's
really?
the mintage on it? 200?
Go ahead, Mr. Euros.
No, I'm sorry. What's the mintage on it? Is it 200 or 175?
It's 250.
250. Yeah, that's kind of high. I agree.
And it's going to be $175.
Yeah, the reverse proof Eagles from last year had 125,000 mintage.
I have that, and it's gorgeous. That was my first experience with the reverse proof mintage, and I'm so glad. My only regret was that I wasn't able to get another one. I mean, that's how nice it was.
So, but the S proof will be making 400,000.
Say again, Nick.
400,000 for the S.
Yeah, for the proof Morgan and Peace, it's 400,000. So I mean, the reverse proof definitely is lower than that. Yeah. But I would like to have seen it under 200,000.
Well, it is the low, though. I mean, because the P Morgan's going to be 275,000.
Relatively speaking, it's low mintage. From a collecting standpoint, I agree. I think you would love to see it at around 125 or 100. But then you get what the mint's been trying to prevent all throughout this year, and that's just the pilfering of what and then the people marking it up aftermarket. It's just upsetting a lot of people.
Yeah. See, I mean, for me, it's not about flipping, but I would like to see what I buy hold its value.
Yeah. I mean, those sets from last year, the Morgan and the Peach Dollar sets, those are at the extreme back of my safe. Those aren't going anywhere. I mean, even if I want to look at them, it's a big project to get to them. I just want to see them hold their value over time, because those are. I think they're. I know Nick doesn't like them, but I think they're great.
No, and I know. So Wolverine, he has his on his desk. He looks at them daily. Yeah. Talk to them. I mean, those 2021 Morgans, if I never have to hear about them again, that would still be too soon.
Oh, we have a great question from Anakai the One about gold, and I just want to put something in there real quick. Thank you, Nick. Nick called me earlier this week and gave me a tip when gold dropped to just under 1,700. She gave me a great tip on a website, and I didn't hesitate. I went in and I was able to get a 10th ounce of gold for just a fantastic, fantastic price. So yeah, to answer your question, Anakai the One, what about gold? Everything's about gold. I mean, if you can get it and you can get it at a good price, stack it.
What would you think of, something that I would like to, which I would be interested in, and I don't get into gold, collectible gold or numismatic gold too often, but if they did a Morgan and Peace dollar gold.
Okay. I like the way you're thinking, and I see Nick smiling. So I was surprised to learn that she wasn't aware of it. And at the same time, I just recently learned of it myself. But there's a wonderful set that the Mint put out, a centennial set back in 2016. And they essentially issued the Mercury dime, the standing Liberty quarter, and the walking Liberty half dollar, all in 4/9 spine gold, and they're magnificent. And I would love to see what you just suggested, silver ring. I mean, that would be wonderful. But again, low mintage, right? To have something like that as a complement to your silver collection.
Yeah. In fact, there was a rumor that before the 2021 Morgan and Peace dollars was actually approved by Congress, they were saying that the Mint may have done the Morgan and Peace dollars in gold because they don't need legislation for that. They could have just did it.
But the premiums on that, to me, would be just too much.
Nick, I agree, and I'm going to tell you something. I bought it's the biggest expenditure ever on a coin. I bought the half-ounce proof Eagle this year, and I get the worst buyer's regret. It took a lot to just muster up but on a 2000 mintage, long term, I think I did the right thing, and I'm willing to pay a premium knowing that I'm getting something authentic, something directly.
So Andy said,
I wouldn't do that on a regular basis. Right. I mean, in those special occasions, I think it's, at least from my opinion, it's worth the peace of mind. I mean, that's just the way I look at it.
Andy said, I think the demand is going to be strong enough for the values for most of the 2023s. The straight proofs at 400K may be questionable, however. It's just a good point. I kind of the same. Yeah.
Again, it's a relatively low mintage in relation to everything else, but from a collectability standpoint, I agree with silver. You'd like to see that stuff under 200.
Yeah. And speaking of high premiums, did you see what those U.S. Mint 2021 Eagles on auction through Stack's Bowers went for?
I watched that auction. So
what was special about those? I still didn't get it.
It's the first 500 and the last 500.
I don't think there was anything special about them, in my opinion. However, there was the last 500 of the Type 1 21, and of gold and silver Eagles, and the first 500 struck of the Type 2 21 silver and gold Eagles, struck by David Ryder. He came out of his office and hit the button to strike all those last and first 500 coins or whatever, and they were all certified by NGC, because I mean there's no mint marks, they're all bullion coins. There's no way you would know unless it has a label on all of them, and that's the only thing certifying or telling you that those coins are what they are, is that NGC label. Okay.
And then
at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything different to me. It's the same coin.
I agree. And so, but anyway, so the United States Mint contracted Stack Bowers to do the auctions, and the highest one went for, it was a gold eagle. The first of the new design struck, number one, went for $100,000.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, silver was going for 75,000. I watched that auction, and I actually got in on an auction at Stack Bowers, but not that particular auction. So I won. Let me see if I can find. It was the auction before the day before.
Wonderful, Nick. That thing was a huge score.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe the price I got it for. And I like pre-1933 gold. I do, but I don't remember the date I got. I'm trying to look for my invoice here. It was $1. I'll look for it. But so that's why I actually got on the website, was to look at the auction and then I found other things. My goodness, they did have a lot of good things going for kind of cheap, but not in that particular auction. But they had a lot of good deals, and I really have never gone on there and kind of just looked around. I wish I would have, but I'm going to start now.
I can't say I've ever bid on anything, although I've been told that you can win American Gold Eagles and get them for slabbed as a MS70 for 3 or 4% over spot.
But even a lot of these coins, a lot of them were MS69s. They weren't even all MS70s.
No, and 68s. A 68. There was a 68 American Silver Eagle.
Wow.
That went for $1,700, more than a 69 went, because because it was number 15 to the last coin struck. So the grade didn't even matter. The only thing that mattered was that label saying it was getting close to the end of the run.
It's not any different of a coin. It's just a designation.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it was unreal, the prices they were going for. The auction went all day long too. It was a long auction.
Yeah. The cheapest, because I did a video on it this morning. I uploaded, and the cheapest one. I mean, if you just wanted to have one of them in your collection, right? The cheapest one was $1,100. That was the lowest. No, it was silver. It was a silver eagle, and it went for $1,100. That was the cheapest.
You get a nice half-ounce piece of gold off of Pinehurst for that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I would like to know who and why. I'd like to interview with them and ask them why they would spend that much money and what it means to
Nick,
them.
the bottom line, and I can tell you from being in banking for a long time, it's because they can.
Because
that's what it boils down to. It's because they can. You know.
I found my receipt. So I got an 1853 gold dollar MS62 PCGS. And
it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, this is just, and the price I got it for, well under what it's worth. I mean, bottle money type stuff. I got it that cheap.
Look who's in chat. It's one of our inductees, Nick.
What's that?
Scrapping, hoarding, tinkering fun.
Oh, they were hi. 710 oil. Yes, he was inducted. You missed it. Now my desk is all messed up and I don't know where to do the sticker. So we can't figure out. This is all private, right? It's not public on who won at this auction, right? So Wolverine.
So there was one person. There was one person who commented on my video this morning, said that they won. It was a lot of 2 silver eagles. I think they said it was number. I want to say 17 to the last 2 silver eagles, or the first number 17 of the first and number 17 of the last, type 1, type 2, and they won it for 2,000. Wow. It was 2 of them.
That's cool that they commented on the video.
Yeah.
That was cool they commented on the video, but would you admit it? Because I wouldn't.
but yeah, I think it's all, I don't think unless they come out and if the person who won the 1 gold for $100,000 comes out and says, yeah, I won it, and maybe it gets published by Coin World or something like that. I think that's the only way you'll find out who won it. And maybe it was some museum or something that bought it and wants to display it in somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
HTF said they would melt all the ASEs. Nick, you may want to just highlight the importance of the designation of being on the Hall of Fame, that it's an ongoing endeavor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we can't be melting ASEs. That's
So Sean has a good question. He says, should I trade in silver rounds and buy gold? What do you guys suggest? I have my own opinion.
Should I trade in?
I'm actively trying to do it. I mean, I'm not all my silver, but for what I would like to see myself doing in the long term, it's not a bad strategy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing it at the top of every peak. That's probably not the most strategic thing to do.
Right now, I'm not buying silver rounds. I mean, I do buy like my Walking Liberties, but right now I'm just into saving money and buying gold while it's cheap right now. And I know everybody keeps talking about weight. I don't want weight. I don't want it to be heavy.
Yeah.
I started thinking, well, you know what? I could even start wearing my gold, I mean, you could buy gold coins, you can buy gold jewelry. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be coins, but I'm really into gold right now.
I think it's a good, I see some of the comments out there. Again, you don't want to be buying like right at the top of every peak in gold, but I mean, the fact that, when you said, look, the bottom line, let's face it, what determines what gold does is people's confidence in money. That's pretty much really what it boils down to. So if people lack the confidence in the monetary system, whether it be because of interest rates, world politics, whatever it is, gold happens to be the safe haven. And this isn't anything new. Civilizations have been collecting gold for thousands of years, right? So this is not going to go away. There are a couple of interesting indicators right now that would lead many to believe that gold will move up. And some of the things are a strong dollar, again, world politics, uncertainty in marketplaces. Again, these are all indicators of when gold moves up. And I think gold right now, you see gold bouncing up, bouncing down. It's trying to establish a base, a floor for support where, the support for gold will never let it go below a certain amount. And it seems to be right now at or around $1,700 an ounce, right? It's been maintaining that level for quite some time. Now, when we get into the winter, which I think very few people are looking that far ahead, this whole crisis in Europe and with Russia, that happened at the end of February, which was the beginning of springtime. When we go back into winter and they don't have heating oil and fuel for their food to cook and other, we're going to start seeing, some more uncertainty. And I think gold will go up at the end of the year. It's always a good play. Just don't buy it at the top of the market. Just don't buy it at the top. Yeah. Whenever it's panicking and it's going down, that's usually when you want to go in and like, oh, this is a good time to get some gold, right? And what did we do? We bought it at under $1,700 an ounce, right?
I'm not selling any of my silver right now, but I'm not buying as much silver.
I'll sell my silver.
Me neither.
I'm just not buying as much, and that doesn't mean in the future I won't. But right now, I'm just not buying as much. I do like the numismatic, my walking liberties, but I'm not buying silver rounds. I'm not buying as much silver right now.
What kind of gold do you like?
I like the American Gold Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. And that was, speaking of Gen X, he's in the chat there. Yep. He was having that conversation on his channel, his live stream. What was it? Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? It was, I think it was, do you prefer, well, I can't remember the exact conversation, but it was, which gold do you prefer or something like that? And I said, American Gold Eagles. I mean, American Gold Eagles, I mean, some people are pro 24 karat gold. Some people like the 92 karat. I'm sorry, 22 karat. And I think if you look at what people buy, if you look at the United States Mint, how much they sell of either gold buffaloes or gold eagles, they sell every year. The ratio is like 2 or 3 to 1, right? They sell way more American Gold Eagles than they sell gold buffaloes. Mm-hmm. Much more popular than the gold buffalo is the gold eagle.
Yes, and that's my favorite, and that was actually what I told Mr. V Rose. I found a good deal on 1/10, and I sent him the price, and that's what I try to get. I don't want large amount. I don't want it in a large amount.
And Nick brought up a good point, because I was contemplating the quarter ounce was a tremendous deal too.
Yeah.
And you shed some really a neat perspective on that in regards to stacking the 10th ounce for saleability, right? For flexibility. I figured
if I need the money quickly, it's something that I could sell quickly, because somebody can come up with $250 versus $550 a lot easier. So right. I feel like to be able to dump it quickly, the smaller amounts for me would be better.
Yeah. You'll have a bunch of those in the tube at one time, right? Wouldn't it be? Are you stacking them in the little sleeves?
I am.
Yeah. I thought about that. Remember, I asked you, I'm like, I'd rather have.
I did buy the capsule, yeah. But, the price that I'm getting them for to get into the vinyl flip, and then I just get it.
Yeah, who cares? Exactly.
Yeah. Right? So, and I mean, what did you get yours for? I mean, if you don't mind saying.
No, not at all. So when I just kind of hesitated because the price was so good, I had it in my cart, and then I went back to look at some other items, but they'll only leave it at that price in your cart for 5 minutes, and then it's subject to readjust, to adjust to anything that it may have moved. but all said and done, no tax. I got it for $213. It was originally in my car at $207 for a 10,000.
Yeah. So I texted you at that time. I said, ship to you $207.
Incredible.
It was an incredible deal. And right now it just seems like gold is down and it's more affordable than, I just think it's a better buy than silver at this point right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a better, I hate to say this, and I could be, obviously I'm not an advisor, but it almost, remember when copper was a big deal with the war effort, right? They needed copper, and, all the things changed with the mint and everything else just so that we had copper for the war effort. Times have changed. Technology has changed, right? The way war is conducted has changed. And I think, if things don't go right in the coming years, that war might be our new silver might be our new war metal,
Well, I mean, there's a lot, they need it for a lot of industrial.
Right. And I think that's what's keeping the cost down artificially. It's the paper cost of silver, not the physical cost.
No, they're not below 200, but I think the last one I got was 215 shipped. And then Mr. V Rose, when I texted him and I was like, it's down to 207 right now shipped. That's tax. That's everything.
Right. I had it in my card at 207. And by the time, because I went back and looked at other stuff, I'm like, oh my God, this is all wonderful. By the time I came back, it had bumped up to 213. But honest to goodness, that's a fantastic price.
Over the summer, I got 205.
Yeah, that's great.
So I mean, to me, that's a good price because I'm not buying in bulk. I'm not buying several.
Ooh, do we have another? We do have another inductee in chat.
Yes, I just showed us
here. Okay, I just saw him. Hey, John, how you doing, buddy? Congratulations.
Yes, the Don. He is now in the channel Hall of Fame.
Oh, look at that pose. That's funny. Yep.
Can we think of anything positive to say about Star Wars?
No, because I've never seen it.
Listen, I never watched Star Wars. I haven't seen the movie. I know you haven't, and I know Nick hasn't.
You haven't either?
I've never seen it. I thought for the longest time it was a Halloween movie. Like everybody was in a costume. It was like a costume.
No, I've never seen the movie, and I have no desire to see the movie. I mean, Civil Wolverine, what do you think? Should we all watch it?
I see. The problem is I need to be able to watch it without falling asleep. I'm not sure that's gonna happen.
I'd have to have my knitting with me or doing something myself while I'm watching the movie. I think I would have to, have a book in front of me. I don't know. I don't know if I could sit through it. And I didn't see him comment yet about it.
Although, you know what? Maybe if I watch it, maybe I'll enjoy it. I don't know, but I've never actually attempted to sit down and watch.
I tried it. I've never gotten through it, and I don't know why.
I'm not a good movie watcher because I just
cooking or something.
It's got to be a good comedy. I don't like suspenseful movies because then I'm always like asking too many questions.
Isn't that the truth? Like, man, I got enough drama going on. I just want to chill out for a minute.
So, and then I'm always like, can you pause it so I can go here and go do this? So I have to get up and move around. I just don't do movies well. The Top Gun movie was pretty good, and Elvis was pretty good. I went to saw that in the movie theater. That was really good.
Wait a second.
I went to go see that Elvis movie, and I didn't care for it because
Elvis movie. There's an Elvis movie. I don't watch movies, so I don't know when movies are coming out.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was. But I think it was too because Tom Hanks played Colonel Parker.
He did,
and I feel the movie was more slated towards Colonel Parker,
right? His relationship with bringing Elvis to,
and there was, and that movie, it was, if you want to say fact checked, and they got a lot of it wrong.
Oh, that's awful.
I think it's pretty bad when you get a lot of it wrong when the family had a lot of input into the movie.
That's too bad.
Priscilla and Lisa were behind that movie 100%. The reason why I thought it was at first, the reason why I liked it because I did see the perspective from Colonel Parker, which I've never really read about or really knew much about him on the History Channel and stuff. All you see is Elvis, but from his perspective and how he built his career. In the beginning, it was almost cartoonish, kind of. Wouldn't you say it was almost shot like a cartoon, sort of?
Talking about the movie itself?
Yeah, the movie. It wasn't a cartoon, but it was just. And then, of course, they didn't hit some of the that I think they should have hit either. Priscilla was 14 years old when they met,
Yeah, that's right.
She was 14 years
When he
old.
was in the Army, he was 18. That's right. I'm a huge
No,
Elvis
he
fan.
was 21. He was 21 years old when he went into the Army.
I've been to Graceland, so I'm just a little excited to hear about this and disappointed to hear that it wasn't what it could have been. That's too bad.
But I liked the perspective of seeing it through Colonel Parker, though, because I really never knew his story in like the carnival, and he couldn't. The reason why Elvis could not leave the country, or why Colonel Parker didn't want him to leave the country, because Colonel Parker couldn't leave the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, because he was because he was here illegally.
He was, but then also he was wanted for a crime in his native country. So, and then also he had gambling debts and stuff in this country. I mean, he was a gambler. He made 50%.
You're talking about Colonel Parker, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I had heard the same thing, and like I hate to suggest it, but almost like Elvis was like his meal ticket, right? It was his way to
It was his meal ticket.
kind of make good on things, right? It's like, oh man, I got this superstar, right? Little did he know the superstar.
That's why we had Vegas. That's why Elvis was in Vegas, was to settle some debts for.
Yeah. And I guess that part of the movie was accurate, but I mean, some of the not accurate from what I've been told is like early on when he was younger and he was like in a church and he was like, possessed and stuff. They said that never happened.
Oh.
Here's a little Elvis trivia. Did you know that of all the popular songs and all of the gold and platinum records, he's only won a Grammy, I think twice, and they were each for gospel music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I learned in the movie too, though, that I've really never, that half of his songs weren't even his songs.
No, a lot of
none of them were his songs.
Right? I never knew that. They don't say that in the History Channel.
No. He didn't write. He didn't write any of his songs. But the other thing that I was told, and I don't know how accurate it is, but and I guess this had a large part to do with Colonel Parker, and that is if a writer of a song or the original artist of a song wanted him to record it, they requested that he get 50% credit for writing that song, even though he had nothing to do with writing it.
Wow.
Right. But I think, what was it? One of his songs, the guy that did sing it just started getting rights or getting royalties from that song recently. Don't Worry Mama, it was that song that this guy just started getting his royalties.
Was that contractually, or they had to fight to get them all together?
I mean, he's fought all these years. It's just recently that he's Carl Perkins, Blue Suede Shoes for One. Yes, none of these songs were his. And it was like he may have he heard them once or twice, and he may put a different spin on it as far as musically, but they were really none of his songs. I was 6, and it was amazing to me. I was hooked. Yeah.
But even though they were not his songs, he probably performed them better than the original artist did.
Yeah. But there was just something, he was just very talented, and he was a good looking man too. He was.
Well, and they've never seen anybody perform like that, move like that, look like that. I mean, if you think about it, Elvis really was the pioneer of coming out on stage with those elaborate outfits, right? The sequence jumpsuits and the big.
Yeah, but didn't that happen when he started getting fat?
Well, I know, but ever since those performances, I mean that's the mainstay. When somebody comes out on stage, it's just elaborate get up and everything else. He was the first one to do that.
Yeah, I bet he was, because he's so I was kind of surprised about how they portrayed the mother and son relationship, because it looked very unhealthy.
What's that?
Yeah.
Was Elvis and his mother, and they kind of made that look kind of creepy, unhealthy.
In the movie, you mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I knew they were close, but I mean, I didn't know they were that.
Did you know that Elvis was a surviving twin of twins? Stillborn twin. That could have played into that relationship, right? I mean, from a mother's.
Well, her, she was afraid of losing him. Sure.
This is what I mean. Yeah, from a mother, she already lost one at birth. He's half of what she would have reared otherwise. So I could see that from a mother's perspective.
And the other part of that movie that I heard was fake, and it seemed fake when I was watching it in the movie, and that was when he fired Colonel Parker live on stage in Vegas. They said that never happened.
Yes, I heard that that happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah.
And and then also, he went and saw Nixon. I was kind of hoping they put that in the movie too, because he got a drug enforcement badge in that
You gave it to him. Yeah.
and
He
they had a picture
the
with
White
him
House.
and Nixon, and he was in the Oval Office with his guns and his, the
He had 3 guns on him. He had to turn them
Yeah.
on.
and yet he's one of the biggest pill poppers and got a drug enforcement badge from Nixon. But they didn't portray that either. So,
That's so funny. I read it too. That's so funny.
what's that?
Boulet's comment.
What is
Yeah.
It's funny.
Um,
Oh, whose dog was that?
That's my dog. Hold on.
Nice. No, I just got done saying Boulet, and we were talking about the chief of security for some reason.
We
I thought
talked
the dog was
because when we put him in the Channel Hall of Fame. We had to mention the dog, but we couldn't remember his name.
Hey, John, would you remind us what's Pupper's name? We forgot. It's a common name. It's like a regular person's name. It's not like Sparky or something like that. It's like Tom.
I didn't realize that, Victoria, that he was close to President Carter. I didn't realize that. I like it when he sings the gospel. I like those songs. You know what? I like his Christmas album. That's actually really good.
I heard that, Nick. I think it's fantastic.
I think it's awesome.
Silver Bells, right? The whole list of it's beautiful. It's a beautiful album. Yeah, yeah.
I do. I think he did really well with it. And my sister growing up, she loved Elvis movies. She still does.
Marty the Party. That's the dog's name. That's so funny.
That's so cute. So cute.
Funny.
So when you get your gold?
It's been shipped already Tuesday.
I know. I told you they're fast shipping.
Yeah.
I love this company.
When was that? Well, that was Thursday, right? Wasn't that Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be here. It'll be here Tuesday. It'll be.
Yeah,
here Tuesday.
that's fast shipping. Customer service is great if you ever need to call them customer service. Because one day it was like really high, and I bought it, and I'm like, come on, and it came right. And I called them just to see if I could, get it for that day's price. They gave it to me.
That's awesome. That's how you build customer loyalty, because to them, it's a few bucks on one piece, right? But the impact to you, and then you as a soundboard, here you are, you've got how many subscribers, how many friends and family through social groups. The positive soundboard you become for just a couple bucks out of their own pocket, you can't pay for that on the street. You can't.
No, but because I'll tell everybody where we got it. It's Pinehurst Coins. They always have great deals, and they're always going to be cheaper than everybody else, but always put it in your cart first, because SD may look like that they're cheaper, but they're really not by the time you get it to Metal Dragon Braveheart. Who's the guest? Mr. V Rose. But by the time everything's said and done, they've always been cheaper. I don't really look at the silver because I'm not buying silver right now. Did you looked at that? What are the prices?
For what? On Pinehurst?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it either, Nick. I have silver that I would love to sell and convert to gold. So I'm with you on that. I'm in the same boat,
So what do you got to sell? What are you looking to sell?
I've got a couple of bars, 1 ounce bars, 5 ounce bar, 10 ounce bar.
Oh, okay.
I've got a bunch of 2 ounce intaglio rounds. I just won a couple of really, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big collector of like licensed silver, but I do like the Superman coin. I threw out Superman coin.
Oh, did you sell that already?
No, but I would put it up for a fair trade, give somebody plenty of room to, if they wanted to flip it, to take advantage of that, or to trade it out for like a 10th ounce of gold. I think it's comparable.
I've never heard of that Metal Dragon. So read this comment. That's too bad. I hate to hear that.
Wow.
People were really, really, very sad when he died.
I was 5 years old. I remember watching the funeral procession on TV. I was like 2 feet from the TV watching it. My mom was crying. I remember it all. Yeah, it was something else.
The only reason why I know that story really well is because my mom had tickets to see Elvis in August of 77. I was born in 78. And the day he died, he was supposed to fly out and do 2 concerts or 3 concerts in the state of Maine. And my mom had tickets.
Right. You're absolutely right. Yep.
So she had tickets, and they didn't get to go because, of course, he passed away. So that's all I know. I heard that story multiple times. So that's why, that my mother. So Gen X, lately I like Monument metals as well, but I have not been finding the deals there. It's been Pinehurst lately.
The only thing I've ever bought at Pinehurst is some burnished Silver Eagles earlier in the year, but that's the only thing I ever bought from Pinehurst. They usually have good deals on older U.S. mint stuff.
They have good deal. I mean, that's where I've been buying the American Gold Eagles.
Well, this is my first experience, and I'm over the top happy with it. Price, communication, delivery, ease of transaction. It was all there.
It was 100%. It was, it's easy. Yeah. And then I've never heard of this company.
Maybe it's because of what he said.
Yeah, I've never heard.
Yeah. I'm a little apprehensive, and you kind of ease that. You know, I would have preferred to have gotten something slab, but you know, I'm into it for $80 more at that point. And you know, these people are you know, they've been online for a long time. They've been selling gold for a long time. I don't care that I get mine in the flip. I'm going to probably get a little capsule order or something.
Yeah, I agree with this. And because I mean, when you start looking at your spreadsheets, Gen X, or my spreadsheets, you know, when I stopped buying,
United Hampton Consultants, thanks for stopping.
United Hampton Consultants. It's good to see you, Steve. And so let's see. In 1970s in Iraq, you could. Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, they're a good company.
I was impressed, and I'm, you know, look, I've been working in a professional environment most of my life. You know, I'm very critical of delivery services, right? Service, facilities, whether there be websites or, you know, other interfaces. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I was very impressed. It gave little for you to consider otherwise. You know, they just did it right. And I like what people are posting, you know, the different kinds of golds. I'm with you and Silver Wolverine. There's a peace of mind in getting the Eagles, and that's and that's that. You know where you're at. You know,
people say it's boring and you're gonna get tired of it. Who cares? I put it in a tube and I don't look at it. Who cares? Exactly. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be hanging it on the wall. You know, it's not going to be something that I'm going to want to look at every day. I put it away, you know, and when I stopped buying, you know, tiny silver rounds or, you know, American, you know, Silver Eagles. And when I stopped buying all this other little stuff that adds up, then I was able to afford the gold.
See now, the reason why I'm partial to Eagles now, I mean, everybody's location is different. Everybody who, you know, but the last time I asked my coin shop what they were paying for gold buffaloes, because I always ask what their buy price is, right? Mm-hmm. And they were paying gold spot for American gold buffaloes. But yet they're a couple, about 2% or so over spot for gold eagles. So they're giving you a premium, even though you're paying much more of a premium, obviously, for gold eagles, right?
Right.
But you're paying about the same price right now for gold eagles as you are gold buffaloes.
Yeah.
And yet they're giving you spot for now. There's a lot of people who do prefer 24 karat gold over 22 or over 22 karat, but also 24 karat, you got to keep in a capsule because it's going to scratch very easily, right? Mm-hmm. Very
Absolutely.
soft.
Yep.
Where gold eagles, you can stack them in tubes, you know, and, you know, I still put mine in airtights, although I've been thinking about getting United States Mint tubes and put in my quarters and my 1/10 ounce eagles in tubes instead of, because I mean, you can put them in your hand, whereas gold buffaloes and gold maples and Britannias and that, you really got to keep them in the airtights or else they're going to all scratch up.
It's too soft. I mean, pure gold is very soft, right? And that's why you see the 22 karat, it's got enough of an alloy in it to preserve the integrity of the gold without compromising. You know, if you get a 24 karat proof coin, I'd be so scared to touch it, you know?
Yeah, and then a lot of people talk about, because if you go overseas, they tax you on 24 karat. I mean, on 22 karat, but not on 24 karat.
Really? Why is
Uh,
that?
I would be more concerned taking gold with me overseas than them taxing me on 24 karat.
That's a good point.
I'm sorry, on 22 karat.
Yeah, I don't think I would carry it overseas with me either.
Oh, look at real quick. Look at, yeah, there it is right there. You've got it on the board. What a selfless service that Boulay is providing to help people go out and find their lost gold and firearms. This is a tremendous service, and I just want to commend you on it.
Thank
This is
you
fantastic.
for that. Thank you.
I'm sure there's a sizable finder's fee involved, but nonetheless, think about all the treasure that can be recuperated.
Yeah, there may be more of a premium American Gold Eagles, but I think that eventually I think I could make it back.
There's a peace of mind stacking those, and just what
Yeah.
Wolverine said, if and when you do need to negotiate them, you're getting part of your premium back. It's built.
Yeah. Now, I mean, gold eagles and buffaloes, I mean, both are liquid, right? I mean, both. I mean, it's all 1 ounce of gold.
Mhm.
But I just think the gold eagle is more popular in the United States, and I think the sales prove it from the United States Mint. Now, does the United States Mint cap how much gold buffaloes compared to gold eagles dealers can buy? I don't know. I mean, they could be doing that. I'm not sure. But every single year, the gold eagle, I mean, and I'm just talking 1 ounce variety. Of course, with the gold eagle, they do the fractionals too. But if you just look at 1 ounce compared to 1 ounce coins, like right now, the United States Mint has sold over 600,000 1 ounce 2022 American Gold Eagles, where I believe they're at about 130,000 for the gold buffalo. Let me look at that.
If it came smaller, I would get the buffalo.
Okay, so you want to know something?
Remember
That 2016 set, that Centennial set. Do
Yes.
you know that they also made a 10th ounce buffalo? You have to go back earlier.
I did not know that.
There is a 10th ounce buffalo. You're going to pay a sick premium on it, but there is a 10th ounce buffalo. You got to go. I'll find it and send it to you. You got to go back a little ways more, but the Mint issued it.
Yeah, Rocky Superstar. That is a great price. And Mr. V Rose had it at 207 in his cart.
Okay, let me take that back. So here's the numbers. So right now, the United States Mint has sold for 2022 1 ounce gold buffaloes bullion 316,000.
That's incredible.
Through August.
That's incredible.
And for eagles, gold eagle, for just a 1 ounce size, they sold 729,000 1 ounce American Gold Eagle. So 316 to 729,000 of the eagles.
Over double. Hi, John. Wow.
And Silver Wolverine, how do they compare to Silver Eagles?
The Silver Eagles, they're at just over 12 million 1 ounce silver eagles.
Now, are airtights really airtight?
They are until you drop them and they get a crack in them.
No, but they're not. I mean, they're called airtights, but are they really airtight?
I think I would open some of those. I lean towards yes. You know, I would lean towards yes.
Sure, but some I can open really easily, and then there's some that
You're right.
I can't. So it depends on if I hear the click or not. I'm really OCD that way. I'm like, I gotta hear that click, and if I don't hear it, I'll put it in another one until I hear it.
Yeah, until you hear it, right? Exactly.
Right. I buy both, but prefer buffaloes. I just like the American Gold Eagles, but I like the design better. I think they're prettier.
I am not impartial to buffaloes. I mean, the relief on that coin is just spectacular, right? It's a beautiful coin, but from a stacking perspective, why pay the extra? I get you're getting a little bit more gold out of it, but I just assume stack something that's easier and
pretty.
It's got more longevity.
If it came fractional, I probably would start. I would.
Yeah, there it is. Gold Maple. It's the 2008. That's correct. Yep, the 1/10 is when I saw them.
That was in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
you told me that last night. I like the American Ark 1 ounce. I have one of those. Not the 1 ounce. I have the 1 gram of the Noah's Ark. But yeah, as soon as I started spending all this little money here, and here, it's amazing how things will add up, and then you can buy the gold instead of. I'm with you, Nick Eagle. I like it better. Some price from where I get them. Oh, really? Where do you get them, Gen X? Are you willing to share?
What's he saying? I missed it.
He said some price from where I get them, AGE and Buffaloes, same price from where I get them.
I think he gets it from Pinehurst. At least I thought I heard.
Yeah.
Now I like some of that. I like the Britannias. But I just, again, it all goes back to a confidence in buying, right?
Yeah, it's become so boring in what I've been buying lately, except my walking liveries, and I'm actually trying to complete the set, and I got some really pretty ones.
Yeah, I think the Buffaloes and the Eagles have been pretty much the same price at most places.
Yeah.
In fact, you can get gold Maples and gold Britannias way under how much you can get a Eagle for,
right.
But I still rather buy the Eagle. Yeah. Although I have thought about buying a gold Britannia because I don't have one.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful design. I could see why you're thinking that way. It's a gorgeous design. It really.
Which one?
The Britannia.
The Britannia.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay with a AGE. I like those better.
Yeah.
I just like them.
And that's probably the route that I would go to.
Yeah. Yeah. 10-7 still in this game.
Still the score? Where are we at time-wise? Are they in the third yet?
Just seconds. I mean, my gosh. Okay, why is college football games 4 hours long compared to the NFL? 2. Third quarter 11:01 left in the third. Why is that? Why do we have a 4-hour college game?
Well, I can tell you one reason. This game that I was at today, every time a team took a 30-second timeout, the ref said, we're going to take a full media timeout. So it's for all these stinking commercials.
It does. It has to play into the money aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
In the end of the day, yeah.
Now, Bob is really smart.
Why? Because you go Irish?
Yeah. Very smart guy.
I'm not going to go against that. That's for sure.
Well, I went for Michigan today, because that's where my guy came from. Did I show you my card already?
One more time. That's great.
And, so Wolverine has never really shared. I don't know if you know this, Mr. V. Rose, but
what is it?
He has a doll, a Tom Brady doll.
It's not. It's an action figure.
Hey, hold on. What are you calling a doll? Is it like a doll you can sleep with? Like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, that's.
And I'm talking. I wish he would have had another one because I seriously would buy this from him. He had it in the package, and it was Tom Brady. He's in his Michigan uniform. I mean,
that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're collecting something like that, the packaging is just as key as the item.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think the last time I looked at that thing on eBay, it was going for like $200.
Oh, I believe it. That's fantastic.
I think I bought it at I probably bought it back in the day at Toys R Us for like $20 or less.
Right off the store. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Holy crap! And now it's probably worth something.
Oh, you just said about $200. That's great.
Can you imagine if you got his autograph?
That's great. Actually, look at Sean. Action figure. He's correcting you, Nick. It's not a doll. Doll girl.
Well, it was an action figure when he was with the Patriots. It's now a doll that he's with, not with the
qualifying it now. Look.
So that's why.
Speaking of qualifying, remember what we talked about when somebody says, somebody might today. Yeah, somebody might say, take care of you, right? You know what that means, right? Take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your family, take care of your travels. But then when somebody says to you, have a good one, they got to do a little bit better on that, right, Nick? They need to qualify that because
Yes, tell him why. Tell him why
Well, listen, you can have a good trip if you're going on a trip, right? You could have a good visit at the doctor's, or
they have a good
you could have a good heart attack, or you could have a good fall down the stairs. So somebody needs to qualify it. And when they tell you have a good one, ask them.
Don't have to have a good one because you're probably talking about. I'd be like, yeah, I hope you have a good number 2 or something.
Have a good what exactly?
And yeah. Silver Marines white. What just happened here?
All right.
I'm looking at the eBay completed auctions on it. I guess the value of this went down with everything else.
What's
the last
that?
one sold. The Tom Brady action for the McFarlane. It sold for $76 last auction. So, although the Patriots one sold for $40.
Thanks. Well, he's really not beloved right now. People are really hating on him.
I think it's because they really thought he was going to come back to New England.
Well, right now, though, he kind of went away for about 11 days. Nobody knew where he was.
Where was he, by the way? Yeah,
he was trying to put his family back together because him and Giselle are fighting.
Aww.
Yeah. It's all her fault. And I knew it was all her fault from the get-go. He didn't want, it's true though. They called her, back in New England, yeah, I better just keep my mouth closed. It's just better that way.
Is that what he was doing though? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, that's confirmed.
I agree.
He was on vacation with the family in the Bahamas, and that was kind of a peace treaty between him and Giselle because he was supposed to retire. And it's been confirmed, and I called it, that him retiring came out of her camp.
So what you're saying is he's not going to be under the head of some animal singing some song.
No, he won't be.
I'm the Masked Singer. Because that was the hot rumor that he was.
That was the rumor, but he's.
That would be the absolute biggest guess that show ever had.
Yeah, but not at this time. He's a professional. Tom Brady's a professional.
Yeah, it's a gimmick. You don't want to do it when he's still playing.
Hi. He's not going to be on a singing show when he should be at training camp. I'm telling you. He's got, if anybody was going to do that, it would be Gronk. It's not going to be Tom Brady.
Well, the reason for the rumor was because prior to him going back to the NFL, supposedly he was in talks to sign a contract with Fox. And they're saying, well, maybe he did sign that contract with Fox, and Fox said, you know what? We got this little show going on. You're going to take 2 weeks off and you're going to do this show. And so that could have been a commitment that he couldn't turn down, but I don't know if that was the case or not.
I know that's been, confirmed that he's been, cause he even went to, his oldest kid's football game up in New York, so he left practice and went up there, and Giselle is supposed to be in Costa Rica right now, and he's got the kids. So, back in New England, around the time he won the Super Bowl, they were starting to call her Oko Yono of football. The reason being is because that's what they called her in New England, Boston Herald, Boston Globe, because she was trying to get him way back then. So he was, and his teammates are always teasing him that he doesn't wear the pants in the family. But yes, I've been doing a lot of Tom Brady reading today because a lot of information has come out today. I keep my Teletubbies cords until they become electable.
Somebody was also saying that he was out getting some work done on his face too, because he came back looking extremely teenagerish.
I thought he looked terrible when he came back and I still think that he's vain, but I don't think he's that vain. I do. I think, because you could see where he's been starting to color their hair a little bit. He's 45. Yeah. He's 45 years old in a league, but I thought in his press conference, he looked really rough and he looked terrible when he started looking his age. And I think it's the stress that he's under with his family, that she really wants him to retire.
Yeah. Like John said it earlier, John Shank, for the love of God, honest to God, they have a fortune between the two of them. Go spend time with
Yeah, I mean, she's made more money, I think, over her modeling career than he's made.
Exactly.
She's worth $400 million, and
You're
he's
not promised anything, right? You're not promised tomorrow or next week or next month.
no,
or,
but this is his love. That's what he wants to do. Let him do it. Let him retire when he wants to retire. He has a goal.
Guys like that competitive spirit that we talked about earlier that he has, that guy will probably still try to play football if he was in a wheelchair. That's just
aren't you the one? Hey Nick, aren't you the one the other day who said "happy wife, happy life"? I mean,
except when it comes to my football.
no.
That's the only exception. He's not playing for the money. I don't think he's playing for the money either. He's playing because he loves to play. His goal was 45. Why would he retire at 44? Makes no sense. So he's got this.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But
when 45 comes around, then hang it up, right?
But that's what he said he'll do. But if he doesn't, who cares? He's living his life.
Yeah, you don't want to tell anybody how to live the life, but at the same time, God forbid, you don't want anybody to get hurt. The guy's got a family, right?
I'm just looking over time, though. He's been in the league 22 years. So when he sets a record, are they going to say, "Oh, it's because he's the best quarterback that's ever been," or are they going to say, "Well, it's because he's been in the league 22 years"? You know,
he's been in the league 22 years because he's the best quarterback there ever was. That's why he's been.
He's always been smart about football, though. I mean, he's got a good team around him too. He wasn't the most athletic. We've all seen the tape.
Right.
And I and somebody put it a good way the other day. I was listening to the radio and they were talking about it. And yes, he's 44, but he's still playing at a high level. He only looked old for like one half of one game, and that was against in the playoffs against who did they lose to? Tampa.
I don't remember because I didn't.
Yeah. So, but they lost last year in the playoffs, and he looked horrible for the second half, and that was the only time in football where he looked his age was in that half.
It wasn't for long, and he was still breaking records last year. I mean, he was still breaking records. I mean, he looked good. And I really liked him against Mahomes. I mean, you had a 23-year-old guy against a 44-year-old guy. And really, who looked better out there?
Yeah, what a shootout, right?
Right? So, I don't know. I'm really tired of them comparing Mahomes with Brady, too.
Yeah, actually, I think Tampa lost to Kansas City last year in the playoffs, right? Did they?
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but during I want to find a mix of just.
There's a lingerie show that happens once a year. Gold Maple. Your best luck is probably there.
Or the Sports Illustrated, they do something like that too. Yeah, once a year. So Andy's quit watching sports in the 70s,
and he does not know who Tom Brady is.
I'm 44 years old and keep.
Oh, Tampa lost to the Rams.
Oh, okay. Yep. So who do you think is going to be dominant this year?
In NFL?
Yeah, I think Tampa's going to be a contender.
They probably will, but they're going to be without Godwin for half the season, I think. So.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so they're going to be without their top receiver for like 7 or 8 weeks at least.
How about the Bills?
I think that I like their quarterback. I really do. I like Josh Allen. I think he's good. But he might get hurt. I mean, the way he style of play, he could get hurt very easily.
I think Joe Burrow is going to be the next up and coming. So I mean, since Cincinnati might be pretty darn good as well.
He's going to be out for the first few weeks of the season.
Who is?
Burrow.
No, he's not.
No, I really think he's having surgery. I thought I heard that. Yeah. Look that up.
He'd be better not be. Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
Or he had appendicitis. Somebody had surgery and somebody's going to be out for a bit. But I did see him at the Ohio game. So, but Tom Brady, if he didn't have a good defensive line, he was going to be sacked. It's not like he had a lot of, out of the pocket ability to, throw that football.
Yeah, he's definitely in the pocket quarterback for sure.
Yeah, but
I have Joe Burrow on my team. I'm about to look it up.
Oh, well, yeah. I honestly, I need to read that. Oh, so Metal Dragon said he read that too. I'm a Chicago fan, win, lose, or draw. Oh, John. Thank God it's 20 some odd years later, because I still remember the Bears with New England, Doug Flutie in the Super Bowl. What was it, 85? And then you had the Super Bowl shuffle. Why? Why did they ever come out with that song? And you had Elway, and you had all these guys dancing back and forth. You had the fridge. That was like that was just all.
Mike Ditka used to have a restaurant here. He still lives here, but he used to have a restaurant here in town. And if you went into it every once in a while, you'd see him sitting in his own booth with the bust of himself in the booth and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Yes. So yes, Doug Flutie was a good quarterback, but he was. I like him in the commercials that he's the fridge. Man, he was a tank, wasn't he?
This says Joe Burrow appendix is slated to practice without limitations Wednesday. So he's still practicing.
Yet. Hi, the unknown. He hasn't been cleared yet, though, has he?
Yeah, it says he's going to be practicing with the team without limitations.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he's on the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was going to be several weeks. Maybe he's gotten better, but I thought I had heard that his appendix burst before he had the surgery.
Yeah. It says Burrow is on track to be ready for Bengals Week 1 game against the Steelers.
And that could be so. I saw him at the Ohio State game, so he looks like he's up and moving around. So yes, I was kind of hoping New England was going to get. I wish he would have waited one more year, or we could have drafted him, but I kind of like the guy we got. I think. I'll let you know at the end of this year if I'm happy with him or not. Matt Jones. Chiefs will be good this year as well. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that that light's starting to fade.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't know. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs lost their top 3 receivers.
Right.
I really think that he's overrated. I do not know what people see in this guy. I think he's overrated.
Silver Wolverine brings up a good point. This will be the test, right? So how many times has Brady gone without the star receivers from the year before? And he always steps up. He always schools these guys. He always demands what he needs from them. And by the end of the year, these guys are superstars, right? So let's see what Mahomes does in a similar situation.
You could see the difference between a Tom Brady and Mahomes during that Super Bowl. Tom Brady, when he's down, fourth quarter Atlanta, he's going to come back and he's going to win.
Yeah.
But you saw Patrick Mahomes, when he was down, he was pouting on the sidelines. Where you have Brady looking at his little tablet, and he's making plays. He's not pouting. He's like determined to win. I don't see that in Patrick Mahomes. He's a pouter. He's like,
How many receivers in New England did Tom Brady make superstars in New England? And then they left New England to go to another team, and they were trash.
Yep.
Well, almost all of them.
How many guys were written off and came to New England and were superstars again?
Exactly. The guy demands excellence. He wants to win. He's I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm not a Boston anything fan. I'm just telling you, when you see a guy who wants to win, you got to give him his credit,
And he was called the closer. He was a fourth quarter guy, right? So Wolverine, he always would close out that fourth quarter with a win.
Yeah, like one that comes to mind, and I forget his first name, but his last name was Givens. Do you remember him, that receiver, Givens?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, and he went somewhere for a whole bunch of money, and he was no good.
He's so good.
And they realized, so he hits a pot of money for 1 year, and then they're like, oh, who is this guy? If he sticks with made him popular, he could have had a couple years worth of income run, right?
I really think that Bill Belichick, though, put a team together that was unstoppable, because you had special teams, you had the defense, you had the offense, and he brought in players that were written off and that they thought were, done. And he brought them in for less money, and then they turned out to be great again. How many games?
Like Wes Welker, where's he at?
Yeah, no. And what about Hogan? Where's he? I don't know. I think that Bill Belichick too is just.
I'm not a Bill Belichick fan at all. The guy's so gruff and unappealing, but The same thing. You can't take
He's
credit.
supposed to be a coach. He's not supposed to be their friend. He's their coach.
Yeah, no, and he would not be successful if he was. That's a
Right.
great.
And his father was one of the best recruiters in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Was it for Army or Navy that he was a recruiter for? I mean, he even wrote books on recruiting, and that's how Bill Belichick. I mean, they came up with a rating system. His father was a very smart football man himself. So I mean, he comes from a good pedigree of football players. Coaches. Was it Army or Navy? I don't remember who he was affiliated with. But he did. I've read a lot about his father.
Look what the unknown wrote.
It wasn't. It was Hogan was a lacrosse player, and Bill brought him in and to play football. He was Hulk Hogan. Yeah. No, he didn't play football. But Edelman. I thought he was Edelman. I liked Edelman. I'm so glad.
Another guy who had heart. He wanted to win, right? And he showed it every time he was on the field.
I loved the plays that they did too, because he was a high school quarterback. He was a high school quarterback. He was a good quarterback in high school. Edelman was. You would be surprised who was governor of Michigan. Oh, was it that? That was a wrestler. Was a governor of Michigan?
No, that was Minnesota, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Minnesota. Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, that was
Your state has been in the news lately of a plot to, kill your governor. Is that correct?
What?
That was that was in 2020.
But it's been in the news lately.
Yeah, because the people were found guilty.
Yeah, the trial coming up. And
they just had the trial.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I knew it was in the news recently. You guys had some bad storms up there too.
Yeah, a lot of power outages.
I'm going to.
I didn't lose power though.
We have I couldn't lose power. That would be awful.
Look at you. You seem nervous just talking about it.
I know. Well, when power outages happen in our area, it's weeks on end. It's not going to be like we're going to be up in a few minutes. We're going to be that means we're on a well, so that means no toilets, no nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if when we built the house, we had the generator into the meter box, so I could just turn it on from the meter.
Sure, that's fantastic. Yeah.
So they just wired it that way. So, but if I didn't have that thing, I mean, it could be. I think last year it was wintertime. We lost it for a week and a half
because of ice or something.
Just a bad snowstorm. It was a nor'easter wind.
Right, the wires were coming down. Yeah.
Yeah, wind and snow.
2 weeks without power after Hurricane Irma 3 or 4 years ago.
Solar flare.
And it was like 90 degrees inside. That was not fun.
No. Metal detecting. Oh, Sean's going metal detecting tomorrow. So you should spend some of your quarters at the game. So Wolverine, don't you have some more quarters that you have to spend?
Yeah. I was just recently in Myrtle Beach, and I was planning on taking them there, and I forgot them.
Oh.
Generator. We have generator. And I wish we would have done solar generator, but it's gas.
Yeah, does it run on propane?
No, I don't know. I just know it's in the red can.
Natural gas, I guess.
I don't know. We're on
propane. You have a generator?
Yes.
You do. You have a Generac or?
Oh, I don't know what we have. I don't know. I just know that I just turn the button on and it comes on.
Oh, it powers your whole house?
Yes, the whole house. Yeah. So what's cool about it is so yes, you could, I just turn it on and it powers the whole house. So, but then you don't get your internet or TV. So it kind of stinks because when the power's down, can't get internet. Except on your phone.
Why is that though?
Right.
I don't know.
Nothing. Unless the cable's down too.
Well, the cables usually go down too because everything is above ground. And I know a lot of them are starting to go underground, but ours is all above.
But it runs your furnace too.
My electricity?
Your AC. Yeah. Your AC and furnace.
Yeah, I have a furnace. We have a furnace. We don't have AC.
Oh, you don't have AC.
Run it? Oh no, because it's gas, right?
So I have propane. We have propane that heats our water, and heats the house. And then
keep a refrigerator running. Your food's cold, and
so all the generators. But I really, when we built the house, I wanted central heat and central air, but they said it would take too much of my square footage away because I had to go into the walls. So
Oh, wow.
So what's big up here is heat pumps.
Yes. Yep.
Heat pumps.
So,
And they really work well. And like you get all these rebates and stuff and get tax, you know, I mean, I don't know why, but so everybody's getting them, but they're ugly though, kind of, because they're on your wall and they're like huge.
Mm-hmm.
These heat pumps, but they cool and they heat. And then also pellet stoves. Wood stoves are not like
just work opposite in operation than an AC unit. It's the same. It does the same thing in the end. They just work opposite in direction.
Yes, I do have a pool AZ coin, so that's nice. We can go take a dip and cool off. But
and you
so how hot does it get in your house?
Oh well, you know, like right now I'm down cellar, so it's really kind of cold. It's chilly, but it doesn't get too hot because we just open the windows. But I mean, it gets hot and humid up here. It does. Believe it or not, it does. And then it gets really cold too. Yes, but today, so it's Labor Day weekend, right? So this is the official end of our summer here in Maine. It's like from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah, you're right. Same as it was in New York. Yep.
Yep. So we're gonna be putting. So Monday is the last day we'll have the pool open.
And is yours ground or above ground?
Well, when you only use it 3 months out of the year, we felt like the above ground would probably.
Yeah, and then, so you cover it. You have to do that whole bit, right?
No, we don't have to cover it. They suggest you don't cover it anymore, so we just drain it halfway, and we bring the filter and the sand filter and stuff, and we have a salt water filter. So, I mean, all we have to do is turn that pump on, and after the winter, and it's clear as can be.
So it's time to find all the shovels.
Yes. We don't have. No, we don't have wood burning. We have a pellet stove. We have a pellet stove down cellar. I don't have one upstairs, because it's all furnished down here. So we have a pellet stove, and I'm roasting in Winnipeg. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine being in Winnipeg. Oh my gosh, I'd freeze. Yeah. So you have snow coming too, Wolverine. You're going to be shoveling too.
Yeah, we'll have snow, just not as much as you.
Well, we didn't have a lot last year.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Really?
We really didn't. I think but I love to shovel. That builds muscles.
But it snows there early and often, though, don't it? Because I mean, because like when we watch New England games in November, it's always snowing.
Yeah, it will snow, but it's okay. So a lot of times, Nick, sounds like your husband spoils you quite a bit. No, he doesn't really. Nope. Yes, but so if we have usually around, we're hoping it sticks by Christmas. It will be flurries and old snow, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stick.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes it would, and it just gets messy for a minute, and then it's gone the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, so like last year, the skiing wasn't good, and then the snow sliding wasn't good. The tubing, because we go tubing, we don't go skiing. It's so fun, and so like up here, you have like this mountains that will actually you just hook your tube to it, and it brings you back up the mountain, so you don't even have to walk up the mountain.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When in New York, we would go to the county park, and it was all big hills, and they would do the county park, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
we do that too, but I'd rather do that than ski. But I like to snowboard. I do snowboard. I like that better than skiing. I do not like to ski. I'd rather
the fact that my legs can go in two different directions skiing.
Right. I'm a disaster on skis, but on a snowboard, I'm pretty good.
You have to post a video of you riding a snowboard.
I'll put what is it? One of those cams? GoPros?
GoPro. Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I did. Well, I don't go as often as I'd like to, but I start off on the buddy slope. But we have a good time. We have a really good time on the ski slopes. But you have to find things to do in the wintertime.
Right.
Or
it gets dreary. I remember how dark it would get and how quick it would get like that.
So 4:00 in the afternoon, it's going to get pitch black dark. What about Michigan?
I couldn't handle that. It's
depressing. That's why we love to go to Florida in January and February.
Oh, you'll love it. I'm telling you, the weather is going to be. Usually the best it is all year between January and about early April. It starts getting hot mid-April, you know?
But yeah, you forget I lived in Georgia for 15
Yeah,
years.
so you're familiar with it, right?
I'm familiar, and my in-laws live like, an hour north of Jacksonville, Florida. So I was in Florida a lot too. And, 7 o'clock, it would get dark in the wintertime. Here,
Exactly. Yep.
it is. But the way of life is so much different than it would be in Florida or even in Georgia. That's why we stay.
Well, I gotta tell you,
in the winter, in the winter time, it gets dark here at about 5 o'clock.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're about an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would much rather it be 5 o'clock than 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, pitch black is like midnight.
Oh, it's the worst. You just get home from work and it'd be like dark out already.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Is you go to work when it's light and then you come back home and it's dark. And that's kind of, but Andy, but that's just it though. It's only 3 months. It's not going to last very long. You just got to get through it. So, but yeah, it's kind of depressing. So did you want to show us anything else, Mr. V Rose?
It's just that one for now. I think, I had a lot of fun, Nick. So maybe if you ever have the time, I would love to come back up with you. Maybe we could do that. Once I get a handle on, integrating the camera to the laptop a little better, maybe I could show off some of my, box truck finds and stuff. Oh, God,
right. I think this is going to be my new.
Look how she does it with a serious face, though. That's the best part about it. It's great.
And, I really got this from Nancy Reagan. I kind of, stole the slogan a little bit. Just say no. I'd rather you say no. I'd rather you just say no to the Morgan 2021s than I would rather you not say no to drugs. I mean,
and it's a good slogan, just not for that.
Exactly.
I mean, I was really trying to draw it really good, because I'm just not, who's got time to do it on the computer and the graphics?
I think that rustic look adds more character to it.
I mean, come on, that I really tried if I drew it myself.
Yeah, we could easily, if it was too good, we would have thought it was some bootleg.
And I really put some time into the Silver Wolverine, I'm telling you, because I could not get my printer to print it dark enough. I'm like shaking the ink. I'm like, this ink's full and all this crap. And I'm like, oh, who cares? So this is the final product. And then I didn't have a place to put my gum before I turned on live. So that's why my paper is ripped.
Oh, funny. Dual purpose.
I think that this is just like the best slogan ever. And, there's the 2021. There you go. Do you want a copy of this?
No.
Yeah, he was going to take this.
Because I would be short. I'd love to share it with you. I think it's going to be my new picture.
Make it your avatar just for like a week or something.
I am going to do that. I just don't know how to do it yet.
All right.
I'm going to take a picture of it, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. So what's the score of the game? So
Ohio State took the lead for 14-10. But Notre Dame just hit a big pass before when they went to commercial. I think they're at the 50. So
okay,
I'm hoping Notre Dame. I don't root for Notre Dame, but I'm rooting for them today.
Yeah, me too. I am too. 80 feet high. Oh my gosh, there was one year though. There's some years we'll have snow where the snowbanks are so tall that we won't even have any place to put the snow. And then the town will say, "Oh, we got to go put the snow somewhere. We got to find places to put it." It's just so much. But not the past couple of years. I could do without snow, though.
That's what drove me out of the Northeast. Ultimately, was just this cold and the snow. I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, but when I was in Georgia, it got cold down in Georgia too. People want to say, "Oh, the Northeast is so cold." It got cold down there too. Just didn't last long.
It does. Yeah, I'm in. Mind you, Nick, I'm in subtropics. I'm in the subtropics, so I'm south of Sarasota, Punta Gorda. So the climate's different. It's predominantly palm trees, high humidity.
Right.
Yeah.
But the snow is too much. Driving in it and just dealing with it. Contentious.
See, I think fall is the best. If we could have fall all year round, I could live with that.
I could live with that.
Without the 90 degrees and without the bitter cold, just stay 50 or 60 all year round. Now,
Yeah.
Florida's different because, I mean, in Florida, it's hot usually all year round, right?
We get less humidity in the winter, right? So everybody here is looking forward to October, November,
Yeah.
minute wise, but then that's the same time that everybody starts coming down seasonally. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Right? We're trading one gripe for another, But I'd much rather be in the summertime weather than the winter weather. That's just me.
In Georgia,
Right.
it got so cold down there, and it was like a wet cold, whereas it's a dry cold up here, so it hits you differently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
And
because
they're ill prepared for any snow, anything extreme. A lot of southern states are ill prepared for it. They just can't
they
manage
don't have what we have. They don't have the salt. They don't have the plows and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
So we had snow
Yeah.
one year in Atlanta. The whole state shut down for like a week.
That's how it was I was in Birmingham one time and it snowed dusting, Nick, a dusting. And the place like went into panic shutdown mode. It was just
I mean, it's unreal. And you see people slipping and sliding. I'm like, the only difference in driving is we drive slow. Just take your time. As long as you take your time, you're going to be fine. But when you have out of staters come and then bumper to bumper and stuff, that's when you see all these they'll see them on the side of the road. But all you got to do is take your time and pump your brakes. Just make sure and don't go so close.
Yeah, sometimes we take vacations to Florida in the winter, sometime in the winter, and it's always hit or miss in Florida if you're going to get 60 degrees or if you're going to get 85 degrees.
Especially in
you can swim.
Yep.
Oh, that would be in the Orlando area, right? Oh, of course you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
See, because when I was in school growing up, that was the big thing to do. Was our February vacation? We'd always go down to Florida and go to Disney World. That's
Central Florida.
Yeah. And so when I moved down there, though, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be warm all year long, but it really wasn't. And people don't have their winter coats or their hats or whatever to dress warm when it is cold like that.
Right.
Yep. I did. I did. Oh my gosh, people, and especially out of the state, they drive crazy, and we have a lot of out of staters coming late, in the summertime, and the way people drive, and we're only like one lane. I mean, we only have one lane. It's not 4 lanes like Atlanta.
Right.
So driving here is it's slow, small towns. So I was reading the other day that Maine still has 90% forest.
Oh. Is 90 what?
90% forest.
That was offensive pass interference.
On who?
At Notre Dame.
Rushing the passer?
Offensive pass interference.
Ah.
That's why they had a 1st and 25.
Look at that. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to finish watching this game.
Yeah, I got to get something to eat. Nick, I had a lot of fun. I really appreciate you inviting me. And I had a lot of fun with Silver Wolverine. Yep, it was a lot of fun.
Yep, thanks. It was fun. It's the 4th quarter, so it's the important part of the game. Hopefully these Buckeyes lose.
I hope that, we only have 14 minutes left, and I really,
It's nice to see you guys agree on something. It really is.
You're absolutely right about that, Middle Dragon. Yes, I want to.
Why don't we leave on that note, right?
What's that? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I was saying it's nice to see you guys agree on something, and
we're going to agree on everything now because
to leave on that note, right? That nice little.
Well, I don't know.
No, don't do it, Nick. Don't bite into it. You already showed him twice. Oh, there it is.
It's just because my drawing is so good, but then I'm going to write. So I'll do just say no to the 2021, and then I'll say yes to the 2021.
There you go. What a compromise.
How about that? Is that okay? Are we still
okay?
friends?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Gosh. This is going to be fun in 2023.
That's great.
And I'm
All right.
3 of every one of them.
A lot of fun. Hey, to everybody, cool. Rocky, Freakin', Victoria, everybody else, thanks for joining. It was a lot of fun having you guys in. And
it was
an honor, Nick. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for having me on. See you. Talk to you later.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye, Nick.